Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sport of Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. We're waiting for Tank to jump on soon. Even though he was the first one in the room, which I couldn't believe. I was like, what's going on? so
Yeah, can you believe it?
I was surprised. I was like, oh man, okay. And then we start without him. So how you feeling, man?
Good. I survived Monday in one piece. I can't
That's
complain.
that's a whole hope right there. That's all you can ask for.
hmm I figure once you get through that, you're pretty much good. You know.
Exactly. Just coast through.
Mhm. Yeah. How about
I'm
yours?
loving the Luke Cage shirt. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, thank you.
I was like,
Appreciate
Luke
that.
Cage, Power Man. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's
Mhm.
go. We'll say, what's up to the spoiler crew? Got Kevin Davis said James Gunn's talent brother. I do think Superman film will be at least break even 350 to 450 million at the box office 2025. They thought about it. He was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna go with 450 to 550 million dollars at the box office. I think
Nice.
that's very interesting. I think
hmm
if it hits $500 million, they have to say it's a success. That means they finally started to heal the fracture that was caused before. You know,
hmm
Snyder parts, have been, kind of smoothed out. So if that happens, that's a good thing.
Oh, definitely. It'll be interesting to see how things play out. There's a lot riding on this. But I think Gunn really knows what he's doing. The now that we're seeing more stuff for it, I'm getting even more excited. Like I've said in the past, just kind of him talking about it, and the direction he seems to be going. I think he gets it. Um, I think it'll be interesting to see. I'm really rooting for him. And this is make or break. This is this is going to be the selling point on this rebooted universe. So
I mean,
that and Creature Commandos, but this more than Creature Commandos.
okay. So I told him, I think it's gonna be about 450, 500, of course, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Derpy says, I think it'll make more. Well, Derpy's a huge
Mm-hmm.
fan. He's a huge Zack Snyder. Not Zack Snyder, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
um, James Gunn fan, and he thinks it's gonna make a lot more. I can see him believing that, but I think
Mm-hmm.
you want to crawl before you walk. And I think if it does $500 million, everyone's gonna be on the board for his universe, and it'll be everyone will be very happy. I think everyone,
Mm-hmm.
Warner Bros. Will be happy. It makes more money than it spent. I think that'll be a huge success.
Yeah, and they're really gonna tout the fact that this is from the guy behind Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, that's really gonna help them sell the movie. I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Since everyone
the
loved
last
Guardians.
Guardians made what, $850 million.
Yeah, it made a ton. Um, so yeah, I think they'll really use that to their advantage. And the trailers really need to just knock it out of the park.
Okay.
Mhm.
We got Mama Bear in here. Hey,
Hey,
boy.
Mama Bear.
The hearts. And she said, starting off with the flex. I see you with the Power Man. I see you. I saw it. Hey, I was thinking the same thing. She said, I sent my theory about the epic, the pic to Twitter. I actually have that up here. I thought it was pretty funny. I didn't pull it up. This is what she got. Godzilla. I thought that was good. See the
Yeah,
Godzilla.
that is good.
I thought that was hilarious. So
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, why not start off with a crossover?
Mhm.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I love that. That was very funny.
Same studio. They could.
They could
Drew.
exactly. What's up, Drew? How's it going, man? Drew's been killing it still. So I'm loving it.
Hmm.
Said there is a Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong comic. I have them.
Yep.
Enjoying the storyline, and they one epic thing where like they released all 5 comics at the same time, and
Hmm.
each one was like part of one scene of the comic, so it made it a panoramic view of the entire scene.
Hmm.
So like he put all 5 together and made this one giant picture. It was so nice, so smart.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I enjoy that comic. What up, B?
B, what's up, dude?
That's awesome. That's cool.
Hmm.
All right, so today we're definitely going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about Fall Guy, which was interesting. You know, I really can't wait to talk about it because I'm trying to hold in my thought for it.
Hmm.
That was fun. Ungentlemanly Warfare was something else. A different type of movie, but that was something that we want to talk about.
Hmm.
Of course, we're going to talk about the Superman picture. We're going to look more in depth into it and see what we think about the suit. Even the way it's almost a very real world type of making it. Like when you really look down, like you can make that suit just with some, you know, some items. So what does that say about this movie? How they're going to be, how's that going to tie into the movie? So I can't wait to talk about those things. Um, Man, I mean, it's been a very good fun time as far as being a nerd. You know, something for me. We went to C2E2, and something that we are doing a lot. But Fan Expo in August just booked what's his name? Mark Hamill.
Hmm.
So I am ecstatic about that, and I'm about to buy my tickets, even though it's like my anniversary time.
Hmm.
I was like, look, can we make a stop real quick, Fan Expo? Get my everything I got in for Henry Cavill. I'm like, Henry Cavill, Mark Cavill. I'm gonna have everything signed. Like, look, do everything, and just here's a piece of paper with my name on it. Sign, put the name and the money in it. I'll sign it,
Hmm.
and I'll pay it to you, sir. Just go ahead. It's just do it all. Everything
I like
Joker,
it.
everything Joker I could get. Everything that's Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill has done so many great voices. He's done so many different great characters. I cannot wait. I want him to
Hmm.
sign my lightsaber. I want him to sign everything. The movie, anything I could think of, anything I could find, I'm having Mark Hamill sign. Yes, it's happening. They're
I
like,
like it.
hey, stop. It's not your turn anymore. Like, I don't care. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Where's the Fan Expo going to be again?
I believe it's in Rosemont.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Hmm.
So that's easy. And the tickets are cheaper. So if I think it's like for
Yeah.
$40, you get a Saturday or $30 Friday, and just
Oh,
go and enjoy it.
yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll probably do that.
So you know I'm being lying. Like we did with Greg
Okay.
Gustin. I need this.
Hmm.
All right, let's see. Good easing. Randolph the Gray, Brian Jai White. What's
I
up,
like
man?
that.
That's
Oh
up.
man, I like that. What's going on? That's good.
Aunt Barry. Got it. I think that's cool. So I was actually right before we got started working on my studio next door, working on getting
Mhm.
everything together. Right now I got 5 bookshelves up. I put some posters on the wall. So I'm hoping by Thursday to be able to pull out the display, look at everything and see, show it to you guys. So I feel like it's been forever since I've had an actual background that wasn't something white, but I'm trying to make sure we have everything ready and
Mhm.
hopefully unveil it. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to see it.
And then I wanted to talk to Tank because I want to do like a comic book like questions for a contest. So I'm starting to gather all the stuff all the extras I got over the last couple months. So
Mhm.
I want to do like some type of knowledge quest. Like see who knows the most about certain comics. We'll tell you which comics they're going to be around, and I want to ask questions about it. You know, so
Mhm.
I think that would be a cool type of game. Just have like 10 questions. Whoever wins the most, that's when we would send a full basket full of stuff to you. Like, I mean, I want to have movies, comics, Funkos, like just everything I have extra because I have a lot of them.
Mhm.
Pictures, anything we got, I'm gonna send them out. So I want to try that.
I think that would be cool.
Cadrill in another chat. What? Gadriel. Another chat. That's cool. Oh man, what else did you see today? Did you see anything else that you want to talk about that we did not discuss?
um, I think the biggest topics I'm looking forward to the most, obviously, the Fall Guy and the first picture of James Gunn Superman, David Corn sweat in costume.
Not. There's nothing else that you really want to talk about because that's something I want to talk about. So yeah. Has everyone's seen the movie
It's,
Humane? Actually, it's on my list of something I want to watch. I was just looking at it. I think that was Saturday, so that's something I want to see. So yeah, people love trivia. I want to have all type of. I want to have a supernatural one, but I want this separate. I want to give this one away because I want to win the supernatural trivia. I want to give this stuff away, for everybody else. But you don't know what came out? The Boys trailer?
Oh, I didn't get around to watching it just yet.
Oh, so
Believe it or
all we had to do is not tell you about it, and you actually let us watch it together.
not.
I see. Okay. So,
Did not watch it yet.
that'd be good. Something else I want to talk about. But he said, has anyone seen the movie Humane? So Humane. I don't know if you heard of it, the movie.
I have not.
So I
I've
know
not seen it.
it came out like I want to say a week ago.
Mhm.
I know it's about the collapse of humanity. I don't know exactly what the movie's about yet, but I
Mhm.
remember seeing it because I saw what's his name? Um eh, Barucho? Jay can't remember. I know Peter Gallagher is in it, but what is his name?
Jay Baruchel, or
Yeah,
however you say
yeah,
his last name.
yeah. I
From
know
She's
he
Out of
was
My
in it. I
League.
saw that. Yeah, exactly.
False Hope,
So
the movie.
yeah. There's no such thing as false hope, man. If you got game, you can win it. You never know. Jermaine Dupri had Janet Jackson. You never know what could happen. I would say. This Falco says, I'm hyped for the boys next season. Dude,
Oh, absolutely. I've been waiting. The wait between seasons is just so tough.
I get tired of it. I get tired of waiting all the time. Like, I just want to
Mhm.
enjoy it and get it now,
Yeah. That's the norm now. Year and a half, 2 years between seasons nowadays.
Can't handle it. I'm used to network TV where we will get, we'll get 2 seasons in a
Mhm.
year, but give me
Mhm.
12 episodes, even if it's 12 and 12, it feels like 2 seasons. Like I want that. And we've been getting so far from it. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pain.
All right. So we're talking about this. It's a Shudder film. I think it came out last weekend. I think it came last Friday. I think it's Friday.
Mhm.
Because when we saw Ungentlemanly Warfare and then saw Fall Guy the last couple of
Yeah.
weekends. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I want to see this too. And then Challengers. I saw Challengers too.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those people that thinks it's a masterpiece at all.
No, same.
It's I mean, what did Tank say? It's very horny. The movie itself is just very horny.
Oh, oh yeah, totally.
But
That's that director's MO.
exactly. And that sometimes that bothers me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Baruchel. Yes. Jay Baruchel. Yeah. It has the original Purge vibes. It was a solid movie. All right, well, I got my Wednesdays. I will sit there. I'm going to go to the movie theater. I probably want to watch 2 movies Wednesday.
Mhm.
That'll probably be something I will do. Something I think I'll like. I like that Gen V show to hold us over while we wait. Yeah. But now what are they going to do with Gen V next season? You know, when you got one of your stars that everything was going to kind of revolve around that untimely passed away,
Mhm.
I don't know what else we're going to do with it.
They're gonna pull a Wakanda Forever and not replace him. They already announced he will not be replaced. Probably have someone succeed him in some kind of way.
You know me. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
think.
It's gonna be a Wakanda Forever scenario.
Yeah, but it's so different. Because the character, you don't know much about the character. It doesn't matter as much, you know. So that's why, like, I hate even comparing it to it. But it is that same. What do you do? Do I just recast the person, or it's a TV show? This is what you do. You should most of the time you just recast and not worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I am very hyped for Boys season 4 because that comes out June 13th, I think it is, the day before my birthday. I think it is. I'm almost positive the day before my birthday.
14th.
This is the 14th, or because my birthday's the 14th. I thought it was the day before my birthday that came out.
Wait, you might be right. You might be right. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's when it comes out. And dude, I'm hyped. I'm ready. I need more stuff going on. Even though for us, you know what's coming out very soon. Interview with a Vampire. So I'm really hyped about that.
Oh yeah.
What's up,
absolutely.
Super hyped about that. Interview with the Vampire. There was another teaser trailer that they did. It was like a couple days ago.
Yep. So why wouldn't it just start? Just give it to me now. That's why I want.
Yeah.
All right, what we got here? That's Drew asked, "What's your most anticipated movie of May?"
Probably Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm really excited for that because I really like the first 3.
Furiosa. That I wasn't. Furiosa. I didn't care, but I really liked the trailers, and it seems pretty interesting. Like Anna Taylor-Joy, I didn't really see it, but after the trailer, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that for a minute. Yeah, I like the trailers too. At first, I was like, just make another Mad Max, but there's enough room in the world of Mad Max to do spin-offs and other sides of the wasteland, that sort of thing. So I'm good with it. The trailers have sold me a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm a huge Mad Max guy, and Furiosa should be something that I just all about. I'm more mad because I don't get another Mad Max. I want another one of that. And not because I don't.
Which is stuff.
Yeah.
Which is definitely understandable. Because that was Mad Max's. That's Mad Max's whole thing. He's a drifter. He finds himself in some place in the wasteland and helps out, and then goes on to the next place. There's a lot you could do with that. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but the trailers have put me a lot more at ease, made me a little more confident in it.
Yeah. I gotta say though, I was really, really happy with Fall Guy. A movie I did not give 2 shits about,
Let's talk
and
about
then
it.
but
We've been
that did
holding
come
our
out in May.
tongue.
So. Huh?
We were holding our tongue on that
Okay.
one. Because I want to talk about it so much because I also watched Zach's review of it. I was like, bro, why are we always on the opposite sides?
I know. Why do you hate good movies, Zach?
Oh man. So The Council was a sexy movie with Brad Pitt. I don't know if I watched that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So, I love The Fall Guy. It was so much fun, bro. That just makes me want to talk more. I'm trying to not talk about it.
Well, if we get into it, if all you guys, both of you guys seen Challengers, maybe we could do a three movie review if we keep it tight tonight. As I came in late.
Keep it tight. Okay. That sounds good if we could. Yeah. Challengers just doesn't really seem like my demographic. You're not wrong.
No. No. From everything you say about what you like and stuff, it's definitely not your kind of style.
Yeah.
It had things I appreciated. I saw some of the shots were super cool. Some of the shots were super, super cool, but music was awesome. Trey Reznor, and I can't think of the other dude made the soundtrack very
Atticus Ross
wave. Yeah. It was a pretty sick soundtrack. I'll give it that for sure.
I'd be so mad if my parents named me Atticus. How pretentious were your parents, dude?
I mean, is it any worse than me naming someone King or Jesus?
No, it's just as bad. How up your own ass for your parents.
What's Billie Eilish's brother's name? Because he has a Phineas. What is it, Phineas?
Hey, that's okay. Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it is Phineas.
Phineas and Ferb, man. Let's go. I've never met a person named Ferb, but yeah, now I got Phineas. Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Phineas.
I don't like when the movie. Sometimes I feel like sex distracts you from the whole idea of the movie, and I don't like when I feel that way. Sex in a movie, I don't care. I don't mind either way. But when it distracts you from the movie, sometimes what the point of the movie is or what the main mission of the movie, I don't like that much.
Yeah,
that's when I have my complaints.
That's which is understandable.
It depends on what happens with the boys later this year. It seems so. We'll know more about what they'll do season 2. Yeah, gotcha. I didn't love Challengers as much as everyone else did, but it was okay to me. Yeah, I think that's a very good point.
That's
okay.
fair. Yeah, I thought it was just okay too.
Yeah.
And Mama Bear said, "Hey." Then the drop the first the Kingdom of the Planet in the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
No, as far as I know, it was always Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I think it's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah,
it is.
It's just Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. Oh yeah.
I don't know if it ever the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was always just Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, me too. Site looks good. So I want to know why the only movie I saw y'all haven't seen.
Which one's that one?
Probably Boy Kills World.
Man, I want to see that one so bad.
Yeah,
I want to see that. That is on my list. Hopefully I can see it this weekend.
If I'll be honest with you, it's the voiceover that killed me a little bit.
Yeah,
it took me out.
See, but I feel like I'll like it because I love whatever his name is, Bob's Burger.
So I'll wait for streaming for Challengers. So yeah.
Free
Sex does need to be in movies. Does need to be in movies. Period. I think he means doesn't need to be in movies. Period. Yeah, that's usually would be. Which movie, Brandon? I'm paying half attention because I'm live. You're live too, Mama Bear. Oh man, you are awesome.
That's what.
Love it.
Which movie?
But no, it is Boy Kills World. I'm pretty sure that's the one he said definitely saw, and we haven't talked about it yet. Still,
I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it yet?
No.
Yeah, well, you.
I have not.
I think it's voiceover. Okay.
Yeah. So no. So I saw on the site. I saw part of it. You know, it's like, but I feel like it was so much going on. You know, when things are happening fast, you need a clear view of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I need to make sure I actually see what's going on in this movie instead of just watching it on a small screen.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give it more respect to that. So Boy Kills World, yes.
Yeah. No, that's for sure on my watch list this weekend.
Oh, man, so it's my birthday, but she can't miss our boys. You're awesome, Mama Bear. That is so awesome.
That's great.
That.
All right, we all call up. It's on you.
Wait, that sex doesn't belong in movies, only on Pornhub.
Yeah, but I know that she thinks
yeah, I know you meant does not.
But I feel like if it takes away from the movie, if it enhances the movie because of the scene, like you understand that the connection between the two people, I think that's okay and that's good for a movie. But when it takes away from the movie, I don't necessarily enjoy that so much. You know, like if you're distracting me from what the movie's supposed to be about, then why are we doing this? You could easily just, pan away. Like, we know what's about to happen. You can pan away and continue the story. Yeah. I don't need to see that.
They did that in Challengers. Then there was no actual sex scene in it. But it was definitely implied.
But they talked about it afterwards too.
Yeah, it was definitely inferred. He said sex thing before. It was definitely inferred, definitely implied, and stuff like that. But there was no. But like I said, that's why I was like, it wasn't a sex film like something like Poor Things.
But
it was
Poor Things was just.
Yeah, that was just titties everywhere. This one it was just super horny. And I know you said it was just from beginning to end. It was like as soon as Zendaya hits the screen, it was just like those two guys had a boner the entire time, and it just didn't end until
to the end.
Exactly. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I have a nasty cough and sore throat.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Join the club. Dayquil, NyQuil. Dayquil, NyQuil every day.
I'm not like sick. I feel a little icky, so I know I'm gonna get sick, but just like right now, just like nasty cough. So sorry if I cough up like a loogie. I'll try to mute it, but
I was just saying that I'm gonna have my studio probably ready by Thursday though. So
nice. I'm kind of going. I have everything to set up to put my computer behind me because I have the shelves kind of going. I got all my wires and cables because I needed like 25-foot cables of everything
to be able to wrap it around.
I can run it from the back all the way around. But I am gonna have my computer behind me because it's all like stupid RGBs, so might as well have it behind me.
Nice.
Yeah. So, the random locker scene upset me in Challengers. Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. I bet it did.
Just swinging salami around for no reason.
Why do I need this? Why none of y'all got towels? I don't know. I'm in the locker room like, yeah, you take your shower, but no one else needs to be is looking at you like that. So put your towel on, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like you can't walk up to somebody and talk shit and just be, hanging like that. Like it kind of takes away the badassness of like whatever you're saying.
We're gonna throw a towel on you and punch you in the face.
Yeah. Was that I don't think they did. Janet didn't want to be close to Tupac. I don't know if you were talking about that earlier.
No, he said here's a question that beat at
Pac and Janet characters have sex. I can't remember. Someone said yes, I remember.
No, they definitely did not.
I don't think they did. Yeah.
But Janet just didn't want to be close to Tupac. She didn't want to be close to anybody. So yeah. She was very shy too, when we had Poetic Justice.
Yeah. HIV test for the movie, really?
Wow.
I did not know that. Well, especially what year did that come out in?
92.
93.
93.
93. And then what year did Eazy-E die? It was like right before that, wasn't it?
Eazy-E, I thought he'd also died in 92. I thought that was the same time.
Because I'm like, it was pretty close. So it was like everyone, like all these rappers are having so much sex, got HIV and stuff. So, and is that how he died from HIV, right? Or AIDS?
So Eazy-E died in 95, but he got
shit, really? Damn, I thought
he got AIDS in 93.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That was a theory. I don't know if that was 100% true or not. Yeah. All right. I can believe she made him do that. Yeah, for sure. All right, you guys want to do a movie review first, and then we'll get into Superman and another movie review. And then
let's do it.
See where we're at. What do you want to do? Fall Guy then?
Oh yeah, I'm all for Fall Guy. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. Like, I was watching the movie, like, man, I can't talk about this.
Yeah,
and then I saw that thing
last Wednesday. I saw it Wednesday, and I was just like, damn, it's good. Really good. All right. Cool. Let's talk Fall Guy. Get it going. You got synopsis up and stuff?
I was literally pulling up when you said.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Let's go. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I am with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to review the new action film, Ryan Reynolds, Emily Blunt, The Fall Guy. So we're going to get into our ratings at the end, our likes, our dislikes.
Start that again. Let's go, Gosling.
What did I say, Ryan Reynolds? Oh, man. Because he's everywhere, man. Every other commercial on YouTube is a friggin' Mint commercial.
It sure is.
How he became. That's how he's as rich as he is.
Yeah. It's like, we don't need to spend money on commercials. I'll just do them all.
It's exactly. Give me a camera in my house. I wake up in the morning. This we're gonna do.
All right, let's try that again. Ryan Gosling. All right. All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I am with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to review the new movie, Emily Blunt, Ryan Gosling, The Fall Guy. So we're going to get to our review at the end of our discussion, get into our likes, our dislikes, and all that fun stuff. So make sure if you're in live chat, let us know what you guys think about it, and we'll get to that at the end. But before we get going, Brian, you got a quick breakdown of what this movie is?
Sure. Hollywood stuntman Cole Seavers picks up some extra pocket money by using his rough and tumble skills to track and capture bail jumpers. What? That's not it. Oh, yeah, do it again.
That's a synopsis from the. That's from
the first Fall Guy. I was like, wait a minute, I know this one. That's from the first Fall Guy. Oh my god, this is.
It's okay.
And I really wanted to see this movie, like, and talk about this movie, and I'm reading the wrong one too. Oh my god, I was like, that's not right. Let's just start over.
Disaster.
Wow,
just go from. I know. It's so bad.
Bad.
We haven't reviewed a movie in like a couple weeks.
I know. We haven't read synopsis or nothing. Like, man, I want to talk about Winston Duke. I can't even get the movie out.
I know. Right? Just start from the synopsis and I'll edit it.
All right. All this is cut out. Take two. Yeah. After leaving the business 1 year earlier, battle-scarred stuntman Cole Seavers springs back into action when the star of the big studio movie suddenly disappears. As the mystery surrounding the missing actor deepens, Cole soon finds himself ensnared in a sinister plot that pushes him to the edge of fall, more dangerous than any stunt he's ever made.
All right. So, yeah. But cool. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't want to get into like anything else because I'm sure a lot of us will talk about the actual story. So we'll get into our likes first. Brandman, what you like about this film?
The practical stunts.
Yeah.
I I thought that was my favorite thing about it. It actually made me appreciate stuntmen even more, and I think that's what they were going for. You could tell there was a lot of passion behind it in that regard. Heck, the director David Leitch was, he got his start in Hollywood as a stuntman, and I'm really becoming a progressive, like a bigger and bigger fan of him. The more stuff that he does, because he co-directed the first John Wick, he did Deadpool 2, he did Bullet Train, he did this. I know he was offered the new the next Jurassic Park movie or whatever they're going to call it, and he passed on that. Which I don't blame him for, just kind of considering his MO. I'm sure it wouldn't have been too reliant on too many practical stunts. But I liked it, and I liked the tone of the movie. I thought the tone was just right. It was a good action comedy, kind of tongue in cheek balance. I think Ryan Gosling has really kind of found his niche with comedy or action comedy. He's really good at it. I liked his dynamic with Emily Blunt. I liked his dynamic with Winston Duke. Just the vibe of the movie, it was really like easy to get like sucked into the movie. I just thought it was a fun time. It almost had like a throwback kind of like 90s action comedy vibe to it, which I really appreciated. And it had just enough in common with the show. It was very loosely based off of the show. But it was one of like the more, it was one of the TV to show adaptations that I felt a little more invested in. A lot of those are very, very hit or miss for me. And I just, it was a love letter to practical stuntmen, like they've been saying in other reviews, which I really appreciated. There was a lot of love and hard work that went into that. And you could feel it. You kind of feel the passion behind it. So that was my, what really sucked me in with it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian?
I'm gonna say, I love Ryan Gosling in this. I mean, obviously, he just does a good job. But I don't know what it is about Emily Blunt, but I really like Emily Blunt. I don't know what it is. Like it's something about her. Like she's not ultra pretty, she's not super sexy, she's not any of those things, but there's something about her that I just really like. I just dig about her, and I mean it's almost like she's very normal, if that makes sense. Before though she has a British accent and all this stuff, just very normal, and I just enjoy her movies. And then having Winston Duke in it, I thought that he was awesome. It's something about, and then Aaron Taylor Johnson. I like to hate him too. He's such a douche. He's perfect for the part. Like it's just what it is, I really thought they hit great with casting. The movie was well written. The meta of it, the whole thing, like seeing a movie inside the movie, talking about directing the movie inside the directing the movie, as they're talking about like what do you think about the split screen, and you see them on the split screen, they're talking about what they're doing it right in front of us. I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed the ride, all of it. I thought the stunts were great. I thought the dog was great. Like just everything about the movie, I just really enjoyed and kind of just soaked it in. It's funny, and I know other people won't like it as much, but dude, I thought it was amazing. So that's why my likes for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you guys. Casting was great. The style of like this old school kind of action comedy kind of film was there. But yeah, the Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling together were great. I mean, I don't know if it's just because they're two amazing actors, that they're so kind of cool that they just have chemistry, like no matter what, and maybe that's Emily Blunt, because it seems like mostly every time she's on screen, it has to be with somebody else. Like they have chemistry. Like usually she's on screen with like someone else that's really good, you know. So
Yeah.
so I don't know, you know.
Does John Krasinski look at him like, what the hell? Like,
yeah. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, Tom Cruise, and he's over here like,
I gotta be quiet in the movie when I'm with you.
Yeah, right. can't say nothing. But them two together were a lot of fun. I like Lee Majors. So Lee Majors, after I watched this movie, I found out it was based on the TV show, which I didn't know. And then it started Lee Majors. Lee Majors was like the action guy in the 80s. He's the original fall guy from the 80s. $6 Million Man, I think, the Bionic Man or something like that.
Yeah, $6 Million Man.
Yeah, you know, Steve Austin. So, you know, and he made the cameo at the end, or not at the end, but the post credit, mid post credit, or whatever it is.
Yeah, mid credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Heather Thomas from the original.
Yeah. So that was super great. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was funny. You had to have them. You always you have to have cameos like that, you know.
Yeah. Especially if it's based off a TV show from that time, and the actors are still around, like you gotta do something like that, you know. And I thought that was
like
great.
22 Jump Street. You know, they had the guys from 21 Jump Street. You know, you need that. Yeah,
the original. Yeah. But you know, after I was like looking up a bunch of like Easter eggs and stuff, I guess there was a lot of like song or sound effects from like other things. Like there's a part in the movie where he pushes somebody like through a window or something, and the Bionic Man like kind of song plays in
I caught that. Yeah, the sound effect.
Did you? Yeah. I want to rewatch it just because of all the Easter eggs I missed. I didn't realize there were so many Easter eggs, and that's like I thought it's something like super cool where already I'm like I gotta see this again, you know. So but yeah, it was super fun seeing all the cool stunts, you know. So you know, and it was very meta, which I found funny. You know,
I love meta.
I love meta when it's done right, and they did it super right here. You know, and there's even a part where it's like, what the fuck? Sorry, fucking spider come down and scared the shit out of me. Oh my god, this whole review is like a disaster. But yeah, I like the meta stuff, and even in this one, it was like a meta joke in a meta movie about being meta. It was like so much at once with the split screen thing. I just died laughing, man. I thought it was great. Yeah. So, but you know, all our good stuff. Any bad stuff you guys didn't like? Start off with Brandon.
I don't want to say there was. It's kind of hard to think of it right out of the gate. It could have. I don't think the movie dragged at all, but I feel like there was a little bit you could have trimmed from it and made it just like a little bit shorter, but that didn't hurt the movie. I think that I think the worst I could say about it is I kind of got a little tired after a while of the constant playing of the song "I Was Made for Loving You." It got a little repetitive for me, just a little bit at times. Much as I like that song, I'd say that's really everything that kind of that's like the most that kind of springs to mind for me at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I did not like a lot of parts of it.
There was
guys like getting hit in the face so many times. Like, dude, how many times can you? Why don't you duck? I don't understand why can you just continue to get hit in the face. Like, what? Duck one time. That's all I'm asking. Like, what are you doing? But overall, I just thought it was fun. Overall, I can't think of anything I did not like. Even with the assistant and the phone and any of that stuff, I thought all that was cool because it got you the dog. That was important going further in the story. Maybe the cockatoo a little bit. They could probably trim 5 to 10 minutes from the movie and it'll been fine. So it'll be under a 2-hour movie. Because it's a fun movie. You want to have a fun movie be under 2 hours. Probably could have, but did it hurt? Not really. So yeah, I have no big red flags that I did not like.
Yeah, so before I get to my going what Brandman said with the song, I loved that part because it starts off the movie that way, and then there's different versions of the same song. Which like by the third time when it was a different version, I was like, okay, this is funny, and I enjoyed it because it's just something in the background, I mean, it wasn't like the screaming goats, we always bring up. That was like in your face. The music was just kind of there, but at one point I'm like, is this the same song, just different artists and different like tone of it? I just find that funny because the whole show is a loose remake, and it's especially from 80s from Kiss and all this. I thought even that music was kind of meta, but I get why, if it's done a little too much, anything done too much, people can be over it. But for me, I think the biggest issue was we didn't get Aaron Taylor Johnson enough. I was like, you get
he wasn't in the
at all, like what, 10 minutes at the end, and sprinkled a little bit here and there. Like, how do you get somebody of that caliber and then you don't see him until like the end of the movie?
Because he's literally the fourth most important person in the movie.
And
the fourth most famous person in the movie too. You really think?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling,
Stephanie
Blunt,
Sue was in it too. Yeah, Winston Duke. Stephanie Sue was in it for like one scene, and Winston Duke was he was in it he was pretty decent amount because he was like the only dude that like trusted Ryan Gosling's character. But yeah, I was like, you get him and then you just kind of like play it. But even then, every time he was on screen, I love them, so I can't like be that angry. I just wish I had a little bit more of him because I like the craziness of who he was off screen, and then the Matthew McConaughey bootleg version he was on screen, so it's like whenever he was on screen, no matter he was the actor or person, he was awesome in it. I just want more of him. But yeah, that was really my only issue, was just like he was such a cool, interesting character, and I was like, I didn't get enough of him. But yeah, that's about it for me. Okay. Anything else before we move on? Anything good or bad we might have missed or forgot?
I think that's the most I can think about it, or think of at this point.
Yeah. I don't think I mean, the you knew who the good people were, you knew who the bad people were. I mean, that was pretty,
cut and dry.
Known from the beginning, cut and dry, black and white. So I mean, I have no real big problems with the movie. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah. I can see why a lot of people are kind of angry that the story's boring, but also right off the bat, you kind of know what kind of movie this is, and I'm not expecting like Shakespeare. I'm not expecting anything with a deep story. I'm like, oh, this is explosions and stunt work and like a really crappy murder mystery kind of one.
But I don't even know if it was a really, because I didn't think it was a mystery at all. I knew exactly what was going on the entire time, but I enjoyed the meta part of it more. I thought the meta part was more important. They were rapping in this mystery type of thing, but you knew what the fuck was going on. You knew, okay, he's not dead. He's not going anywhere. It's him that's sending all these henchmen. You knew what was going on from the beginning, and that's how it was a simple plot. So I feel like that was part of the point. That this was so simple because he's a simple character. He can't think of that in depth. But the meta part of it, of how things were in and out, I thought that was really cool, and that was more important to the movie than the actual making of the movie or the characters.
Like the depth of the story.
Yeah,
I agree. But cool. We'll get into our ratings. Let me bring this up real quick. Cool. So we got Spoiler Kings. We do things nice and easy. Now, later, never. Now means we gotta check it out now before it gets spoiled. Later means you can wait till it's at home and stream it at home. And never means just skip it all together. Brandman, what you giving it?
I could definitely give this a now. It's a fun, summer season kickoff movie. Like I said, I was really impressed by the stunt work. That was the biggest that's where the movie really shined. I just thought it was a fun time. I sat there and was entertained for the 2+ hours. Ryan Gosling, really brought us he brings his A game in pretty much everything. That guy's just effortlessly cool, and he's funny. He can be very funny.
He's so self-aware. That's such a good thing.
Yeah. I thought, from an aesthetic standpoint, I thought it was really well put together. I really like the split screen conversation between him and Emily Blunt. The hallucination scene, which was freaking hilarious.
It's done when you see the unicorns going.
Yeah, was awesome. I thought it did a lot right. It's something I could definitely even go to the theater and go watch again. It was just a fun time, and like I said, I was really impressed. You could tell the passion really was there when it comes to practical stuntmen. I felt like we don't appreciate them enough after this. Kind of hope they make a sequel, to be honest. I even was reading earlier, according to Ryan Gosling, there's a script written for a sequel right now. So make more sequels, make cool practical stunt work. I'm here for it. I could definitely give this a now.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian?
I'm definitely giving it a now. I really enjoyed it. But it wasn't just the stuntman. It was also, the extras. It was also the crew, the handlers, the producers, the directors, the scene, all things behind the scenes, and bringing that to light. I thought that was really cool, and understanding how important it is, to have these people, or the movie doesn't get made, or it doesn't get made well. Mm-hmm. The actors mean very little to the making of the movie, and I think that was also another point. I could do it with anybody, and at the end they just throw Jason Momoa in there. It doesn't matter at all. You could just literally throw anyone in there, and the movie still could get made. And I thought that was a very good point too. So I thought it was well run, well directed, well written. I enjoyed the entire ride. So yeah, it's definitely a now for me.
Yeah. And I'm there with you guys. It's a now. This was so much fun. Just seeing all the cool. Actually, I just read too that this movie broke a record for a stunt. The most car rolls in one shot, and I think it was 10 or something like that, which is crazy, and it's so fitting for a movie like this where it's a tribute to stuntmen and the people behind the scenes that they break a record of for a stunt on this movie. So it's so fitting for it. Because it was a very much of a tribute to mostly the stunt guys, but also kind of everyone else involved in it. And this movie is making the argument of best stunt being a category in the Oscars.
It should be.
And they even make a joke about that in this film. So so I thought that was super cool. Again, very meta in it. But yeah, it's just if you love cool stunts, then this is definitely a fun movie for you. So yeah, definitely give it a now. And then across the board with everything, IMDb is at a 7.3 out of 10, Metacritic 73%, Google is at 93%, and then Rotten Tomatoes 83% with critics, 87% with audience. So they're pretty close on making it. So it seems like it's pretty well loved across the board, which is awesome.
And actually did well box office wise. So if you really want to look at it, domestically, it made $27.7 million, and internationally, it made $36.7 million. So worldwide, this weekend, it made $64.5 million.
Yeah,
that's not bad for this movie.
Yeah, for opening, that's not bad for this one. I just feel like this movie didn't get a lot of marketing. I saw one trailer, and that was it.
To make $64 million and no marketing,
yeah,
that's impressive to me.
I mean, it kind of tells you you know, they're still movie stars. You know, you put Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling in a movie together, you're just like, okay, let's see what's going on. And then you see everyone else in it, you know, David Leitch, you know, as director, you know, all the names start to like fill up, and you're just like, okay, this should be good. On paper, it should be good, and you know, I think it delivered. So
yeah.
But yeah, you know, that's our thoughts for the Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, directed by David Leitch. If you're watching on a replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about the Fall Guy. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Where are you rating it? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come and join us every Monday and Thursday. We talk movies, TV, comics, a bunch of other cool stuff. So come and nerd out with us on those days. If you're watching live, stick around because we are about to get into all the comments for this one. All right, let's see what you guys are saying about this movie. Yeah, it was the 1981 Fall Guy.
Yeah. I was reading. I was like, wait a minute, I've seen it.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's yeah. That had to be one of the cooler mid-credit kind of scenes that I've seen in a while.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. What was it? The lawman? Whatever, like his character he was doing or something like that.
The lawman, Space Cowboy or whatever.
Space Cowboy. That's right. It was Space Cowboy. So
that was great.
So let's say the budget for the movie is $130 million. I think it makes its budget probably even 3 weeks. It makes its budget. No, internationally, it might make his budget faster. I don't know.
It might make it this
easily.
Weekend. Yeah. No. Because what else is coming out this weekend?
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes might be a big. I don't know how that does internationally though. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I think it's split. I think I don't know if both men and female are going to go see Planet of the Apes. Yeah. This is a comedy. It's a rom-com. You know, rom-com really. It has action in it. I can see, you know, date night. This is a perfect movie for date night.
Oh yeah. So,
and then it's definitely get word of mouth. You know, people are going to start talking about it and then say, "Oh yeah, you got to go see this. It was cool." So
yeah, I think on my Letterboxd, I didn't, because usually I'll give it a star, and I'll add it to my list of the movies of the year, and then I'll rank it. And I didn't mean for it to be, and I know it won't stay up there, but right now this is my number 2 movie of the year, which is crazy, you know. So, and but the difference between number 1, which is Dune Part 2, and this is just like so big, but I doubt it's gonna stay at my number 2, obviously. But already it jumped up so high for me because I just had a blast with this movie, like a blast with it. Like I really do want to see it again in theaters.
I literally would go see it again. I was telling my wife, she was like, I don't want to see it the first time. I enjoy it. I don't care.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Seen that with T said she seems like the girl next door from the UK. Oh, yeah, she seems like normal. Like Brian said, like she's a chill, normal person. She doesn't seem like stuck up or pretentious or like, you know,
someone you can enjoy just being around. Like, you know, she seems cool. You know, and I don't know if it's because she was Mary Poppins or what, but you know,
I mean, Mary Poppins, but not the best one. You know, but like you said, every time she's on screen, you know, she's with The Rock or she's with Tom Cruise or Ryan Gosling or her husband, you know, and like
they're great though. They have probably the best chemistry.
Who's that?
Her and her husband, John Krasinski.
Oh yeah.
Their chemistry is awful. Oh my god!
Well, she was in Sicario. What's his name?
Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she's always with like a strong co-star, and I don't know if that helps her or if she's just that much of like being awesome. But yeah, she's always in some good shit.
Yeah, I think that just kind of adds to her versatility. The fact that she can effectively play off of pretty much anyone, and just says a lot about her as a talented actress.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, she can really like she is versatile. Sicario, crime drama, Edge of Tomorrow, sci-fi, action, Quiet Place, Devil Wears Prada, romantic comedy, this action comedy, The Wolfman, horror, A Quiet Place, horror, so she can really she can.
And what's your favorite Emily Blunt movie then?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow's me. That's me too.
Although she's in a movie, I just looked up. I'm like, I forgot she was in the 5-Year Engagement because she's not blonde in that movie. She's like a brunette, and I forgot.
Oh, she sure is in that.
And
yeah,
that movie, it's not. I don't love it to death, but I really, really enjoyed that movie, and it gets a lot of hate for not being funny. I thought Jason Segel was great. Chris Pratt was in it. Aston Brie, Kevin Hart was in it. Like it had a bunch of awesome people, and I enjoyed that movie a lot. And especially Emily Blunt and Jason Segel together, I thought was really cool. Because it made her just more. I don't know. Like she's legit able. Like Brandon said, like she's able to be with whoever. You want me action, boom, I can do action. You want me to be scary, we can do scary. You want funny, we can do funny. It was like she's that awesome of an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I forgot 5-Year Engagement. If you've never seen that one, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, see what else we got. There needs to be a category for stuntmen in the Oscars. That's what this movie was kind of.
That's what this movie was. Yeah. Say that might be the overall message of the movie.
Yeah. So, and it makes a good case for the movie, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Depp cameo 21 Jump Street is so great. Yeah.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah. Those are always good. I know Lee Majors, but I was more of a Bionic Woman fan. Yeah. Yeah. Deuce Flacco said, agreed. We all love meta done right. When it's done right. Yeah. That split screen part was so great because he's high, so he's seeing unicorns and shit. and the actual split screen in the movie, I was just done so well.
You're talking about split screen with these two characters that are basically him and her. While they're doing a split screen of him and her talking about it, was just so well.
It was so well done.
Yeah.
I was not surprised how many people did enjoy this movie. I've listened to a few different reviews knocking the movie. I heard a few. I heard a lot of people saying like they didn't like the meta. They're like, "Oh, this is too much." I heard people that it dragged on a lot. Stuff like that. One person I forgot, it was like a smaller YouTube creator, said that the stunts weren't even that great. I was like, what?
Some of the best stunts I've ever seen. Like
the last 15 minutes of the movie, that was like off the walls.
The first 20 minutes when he's getting lit on fire and he's thrown against a rock 15 times. Like, that was amazing to be able to do that.
Yeah. So, and even I think this movie had a little bit of a twist because when Aaron Taylor Johnson's character admitted to doing something, I didn't expect that. I was like, oh, because you think it's an accident.
I turned to Ashley and told her specifically, he did it, right? And he didn't mess up on his stunt. He did it. It was like, you always got mess up movies. I was like, look, I just know that's what happened. He's not dead, and he's the one that did all this. He created the whole problem.
Yeah. I felt the same about Stephanie Sue's character. Yeah, she was only for like 5 minutes. So you get like an Academy nominated actress, and you put her in for like 5 minutes. So, but the scene she was in was cool.
I would say everyone else that's in front of her also has been Academy nominated.
Yeah, you're not lying. Yeah. That's how did Tatum
Channing Tatum
in the Apocalypse movie with with the Danny McBride. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. It's where all the actors are themselves and they're at a party.
This is the end.
Yeah, this is the end.
Yeah,
but Channing Tatum when he's on a leash.
Yeah, with Danny McBride. that was funny. And the whole, like, if you get a chance, look it up how he was convinced in doing it, I think it was like a great story, So and definitely check that up and see. I think Danny McBride was talking about it. Seth Rogen was talking about it, and Channing Tatum.
So you had to lose at a bet. That's what you had a hand in poker.
The whole thing is like, oh, hey, all these great actors are doing a movie. You want to come in and join? Like, fuck yeah, I'll be in this movie with everybody in the past 15 years is in it. Like, then they're like, put this on. He's like, wait, what? It's like, I didn't sign up for this.
How many great actors are really in that movie?
I mean, it's like all the comedian actors.
Like great actors. But that was really stretching great now.
I mean, but that was the year where like Pineapple Express, Superbad came out. Not McLovin. The other guy that was in Superbad. Like you had all these guys.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera, it was in it. You had a lot of people that were like in these like big up and coming movies, and you're like, okay.
I don't know if any of them were great. I thought This Is the End was fun, but I don't know if I wouldn't have been convinced by that because there's nothing about that movie that would be like, I'm convinced it. Yeah, no.
I was because you imagine like the dude was like, hey, we did Superbad and Knocked Up and 40-Year-Old Virgin. You want to come do a movie with us? You're like, okay, yeah. I mean, because those are all classic movies at this point.
But they all weren't in those movies. Like
Seth Rogen was in all those movies were all those people.
Just Seth Rogen, because 40-Year-Old Virgin. I'm telling you, like you think they're all the same. It's only two people that have been in multiple. Is it Robinson and Seth Rogen were probably the only two that are in multiples of those movies. Because there are other people in all the other movies. Like if you really break it down.
Yeah, but it's the friend group though.
Exactly. I would be like, none of y'all are high enough for me. Channing Tatum was already pretty high. Like he wasn't level wise. He was higher than all of those people. He makes more money than all of them.
Nah, over Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill at the time. Nah,
Jonah Hill at the time.
Nah,
Jonah Hill was still fat. Jonah Hill. He didn't make any money off that first movie.
Nah, I don't know. I would have to look at the time frame because Channing Tatum, Magic Mike was like his first movie that popped off.
What
popped off before Magic Mike?
All of them. Step Up.
Step Up was fucking huge. They make a lot of money. A lot of money.
I mean, but all right, let's keep going. I swear the movie was titled King. I looked it up. I don't think it wasn't. I think it was just Kingdom. Yeah.
No, it's just Kingdom of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. He looks bored without making the cutie blush.
Talking about him, yeah.
You gotta keep him.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, definitely not bored. Just multitasking.
Emily Blunt was Devil Wears Prada. Yep. Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of
Tomorrow is so good.
I think it started getting a following years after the release, and then I think because
unfortunately, box office wise, I don't think it really did any huge numbers.
It didn't do big. It didn't do big at all. But years later is when I think once it hit TV, once it hit like USA and TNT or whatever cable, then people started watching and they're like, holy shit, this is a good movie. Because that was how I was. I remember watching it. I'm like, holy, this is a really good movie. What the hell?
It's an awesome movie.
$370 million.
What was the budget?
130.
All right, maybe it did.
I don't think that's. I still think exactly. Because we got budget.
It's at least breaking even.
Movie, and then you got marketing, and then it's still a Tom Cruise movie. So $370 million is not like this. I think you're still saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I think everything you're saying still holds.
Yeah,
definitely one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
he's actually likable.
Well, yeah, he starts out a complete wimp in the movie, which is kind of which was a nice little change of pace for him.
Yeah, I mean, but by the end, pretty much badass.
By the end, he's like a total badass. Yeah.
He's not even looking at as he's shooting people.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's just super fun. Sicario, she was awesome in that one.
Sicario's really good.
He said the whole Judd Apatow crew was in that movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love This Is the End. I love movie 43. Some of my movie 43. That's one of those spoofy ones.
Yeah, either everyone involved in that movie like owed someone a favor, there was some dirt against them, or they just needed to pay off their mortgage because holy crap.
I mean, it's a lot of spoofy. I'm looking at the cast for that.
Yeah,
like Jeremy Allen White, Chloe Grace Moretz, Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Anna Faris, Chris Pratt, Emma Stone. Jesus Christ, man.
I'm just gonna say that. So in 2013, by 2013, Channing Tatum had made. I don't count Coach Carter because I mean he was there, but he wasn't like the main guy. Coach Carter, out, whatever. Made Step Up 2, Fighting, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, The Vow, I don't care, and 21 Jump Street and Magic Mike, and then G.I. Joe Retaliation, and then White House Down. Before This Is the End. So yeah.
2 of those movies are good.
A lot of these movies made a lot of money, and that
I'm looking at Step Up made 114 million. Like,
no, Step Up's not like this,
but it had a budget.
That was a cult. Yeah, and that was a cult following. People, a classic that people bought, and then all of a sudden just kind of threw his name up there.
The White House Down. The White House Down is fine. I'm not gonna knock it.
He made 21 Jump Street the year before. He made Magic Mike before This Is the End came out too. So like all those movies came out before This Is the End.
Yeah, but that's why
so
it was
he wasn't like
if he did 21 Jump Street, he was already part of that like group. You know what I mean? Like he was already good friends with Jonah Hill. At that point,
he was friends with Jonah Hill. Yeah,
that was I was like, when did he do 21 Jump Street? Because that would
2012.
2012.
Yeah, because I believe it was Jonah Hill that called Channing Tatum and was like, "Hey, we got a spot for you, dude." So,
I think the best movie he did in that group was Fighting. Fighting was awesome.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah,
he did a good ass job of that movie.
You know, I'll always have a soft spot, even though it wasn't a good movie per se, but I just find it to be a fun movie. Part of me will always defend G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. I just find it entertaining. Yeah. I'm just entertained by that movie.
I wanted to enjoy it, but it was a big movie.
I tried.
It was a good movie.
I'm just entertained by that movie. I'm sorry, but at the same time, I'm not. I just find that movie, like, I can watch it. It's a bad movie, but I can still watch it and be entertained. I can sit there and just be entertained.
I don't know how they got that many big actors, not that many, but a decent amount where you're like, okay, and then it just was so bad, like so bad. You had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I'm like, okay, and then he was so bad in the first one. Then in the second one, they killed him like in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like get the fuck out of here. The Rock's here.
Yeah, I think that was the first time The Rock probably tried, if he had his way, to make himself the face of a franchise. Even though I like the idea of him as Roadblock. And I kind of, to an extent, I even kind of like G.I. Joe Retaliation.
It was better because
the story was better, but didn't have the Rise of Cobra was so bad. I think that I'm gonna give it another try. Whoa! Yeah, I think G.I. Joe made $302.5 million. G.I. Joe Retaliation made $375 million.
The first one makes sense because it's like you get the hype of the
second one made more.
The second one, I was kind of interested, kind of crazy. I wonder if is that because of The Rock?
Yeah. And so let's see. I thought they said the budget for it was $100 million. I think it said. I didn't think it was that good.
No, neither of them.
I think it's like an F too. Like I wouldn't give anything about it.
Yeah,
being
none
good.
of them were good.
Oh man,
yeah. Like I said, I wanted to like him because I loved G.I. Joe growing up, but
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover fares in a couple of whenever that comes out.
Yeah. Hopefully. Don't forget James Franco was in that circle. What the key word was was not no more. I'll make up for it Thursday. Mom bear. I went and saw Edge of Tomorrow twice in theaters. I loved it.
Me too.
I wish
I'm surprised you guys saying like I saw it twice. I knew it was amazing the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I remember I saw it. That was like a couple weeks before I had left to go to Korea for my first year. The first time I went by myself one night just out of boredom. I think I had a bad day at work or something like that, and I just went just to kind of cool down. And then I told
you were exterminated.
Yes, unfortunately, I used to work at Orkin, which was the easily the most miserable experience of my life. I wanted to. I literally wanted to shoot myself in the face.
I remember you saying that. Like, I hate this so much.
I hated it I was at my most miserable working there. Like, it was, to this day, it was the first and only job that I legitimately dreaded going to. So my final day there, or my last 2 weeks there, when I was finally able to hand in my 2-week notice, and then my last 2 weeks were the greatest time of my life. Yeah, I just no longer cared. It was the light at the end of the tunnel at last.
He knocked over all the papers. I quit. Kicked all the garbage cans over. I quit.
Yeah, I was so happy to leave there. But yeah, I remember I was working there. I was just pissed off one day from work. I went to see Edge of Tomorrow, just kind of on a whim. And then I told my mom about it. My mom wanted to see it, so I took my mom. Maybe a couple, it had to have been 4 or 5 weeks before I left for Korea.
That was so fun. And we talked all about that because that's when you go see Edge Tomorrow. And I don't remember what happened, but I saw it so many times because I thought it was so different. And I was surprised people weren't talking about it more. And then it got the video, and then it blew up on video. So
they've been trying to make a sequel to it for years. And I'm like, don't make a sequel to it. It stands on its own absolutely fine.
Easily. I think they were just trying to make more money.
Yeah. And yeah, I thought it's a pretty good standalone type movie.
My bad. Yeah, no, he's got that new spot on the Warner Brothers lot, and they're talking about making a sequel with that. So, or getting whatever rights. Because I think he has the rights for it. So, but
gotta hand it to Tom Cruise. That man stays working. He's one of the last remaining original movie stars.
That didn't slap anybody. You're right.
Yeah.
Even if he has a movie that tanks or underperforms, he just lays low and comes out with something even bigger. Like when The Mummy failed, that was supposed to launch this big cinematic universe. The dude just kind of laid low for a minute, then came out with friggin' Top Gun, which just made a shit. Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, that's some king shit right there.
Yeah. He knows how to. I mean, like you said, he's Mr. Hollywood. The dude knows how to play the game. So
Yeah.
right. I think everyone just around him knows, because there was Matt Damon, I think, was telling a story about Tom Cruise, and he was telling him about like, oh, hey, that scene where you had a run and blah blah blah. I forgot whatever movie he was talking about. And he did a great Tom Cruise impression. He goes, "I've been thinking about this scene for like 10 years." It was like, what? like he and I believe it, because Tom Cruise is crazy like that, where he's just like has ideas for scenes and then kind of figures out how to put him in movies and stuff, and
it always turns out really well.
Stunts, the stunt stuff. We talk about great stunt work. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, just think of how much money on budget and CG James Gunn would probably save if he cast him to play like Jay Garrick or one of like the original Flashes or something.
I gotta run myself. We talking about? I got this.
I learned how to run. I actually found the Time Force.
Found the Time Force
and did it.
Just give me the camera. I got it.
I was thinking about this for the past 15 years. Oh man. I'm gonna go through it. I think Oblivion coming out the same year. Hurt Edge of Tomorrow.
And Oblivion was not even half the movie that Edge of Tomorrow was.
Oblivion was the year before. Oblivion was 2013.
Was it?
Edge of Tomorrow was 2014.
Yeah.
But Oblivion not being good could hurt.
Yeah. Just Tenet is my all-time favorite. I love Tenet.
Tenet's good. But
yeah. But I understand why people don't like it. I 100% know why people don't like it. I really, really enjoyed it.
I think I need to watch it again, because I remember just being kind of like kind of indifferent towards it.
I think it's the sound.
Like most Christopher Nolan movies, I absolutely loved the idea. That dude comes up with the greatest ideas.
The sound I think a lot better at home.
Yeah, I think maybe I need to rewatch it. I'm due for a rewatch with that.
Yeah. So they all owed the producer a favor. I actually looked up the movie 43 was made. They all owed the producer a favor. They were friends and called upon them, and boom. And movie 43 was awesome. I completely forgot about it, and I'm looking at the cast, and I was like, holy shit. Like, how?
Yeah.
How?
That would, yeah.
I mean, you called they had favorite at that point.
Yeah, they had dirt on all the stars. That's the only explanation I can think of.
I mean, it's the same as like having Ocean's 11, basically having all those type of stars.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman played a dude with literal balls on his chin.
That's right. Oh my god. Oh. And now he's Wolverine.
But fighting was dope. Fighting was amazing. Channing Tatum did that's like my favorite movie that he was in. It was so good. It was raw. It was very raw, and he felt the desperation in the movie and why he was doing what he was doing, and man, that was really good. It was really good.
Yeah. I gotta watch it. I don't remember that movie. I saw the poster. I'm like, it looks familiar, but I'll watch them again. Whatever. So Brandon and I went to a couple spots and drink together before. Even when he got back from Korea, I met him at one spot and drank. I just don't remember how we met. That's awesome.
That's great, right? I don't remember how we met either.
That's awesome. Oh man, it's not like kind of stuff, but like it was so crazy. Both of you forgot about it.
You're all both too drunk to remember. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Davis said Despicable Me 4 will not reach the heights of Despicable 2 and 3 at box office, but still be a success.
I don't know, man. I think it beats Despicable Me 3.
I have to look at the numbers, but it's gonna be a success. I would have to look at the numbers, see where 2 and 3 were at, but I mean, it's a franchise that the kids know and the kids love it.
Despicable Me 2 was the best movie, so I'm not even.
I thought so too. Number 2 was the best.
Yeah.
Number 3 was
okay. I guess.
Was that with the one with the 80s kid?
We said 3 was okay.
Yeah. Balthazar Brat.
Yeah, with the South Park dude.
Guess how much Despicable Me 3 made?
Oh, how much?
1.035 billion. With a B. Billion.
Wow. That's hard to beat. That's gonna be hard to beat. What did number 2 do?
Only had a budget of 76. Oh, it had to be way under. Let's see.
I'm thinking 750, 800.
I'm gonna guess 820. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So it's made 975 million worldwide.
Almost a billion.
Almost a billion. So 2 almost made a bill. 3 did make a bill. So yeah, I think Kevin Davis is not going out on a limb saying it won't make that type of money because we haven't had that many $1 billion movies, but it will probably make somewhere in 800 million. 850 million.
Yeah. If it makes 8, that's they can forget about it. Like that's it. They won. Yeah, that's crazy.
Despicable Me 4 is expected to be the highest grossing animated film in 2024. And the franchise before has already made over $4.6 billion.
Wow.
They believe.
Well, you count the Minions. You count the Minions, right?
Yeah, but that's 4.6 billion now. They believe after this movie, it could reach 6 billion.
Damn.
You understand? They're almost saying Despicable Me 4 might do $1.4 billion. What?
Nah,
Barbie numbers? There's no way it makes Barbie numbers.
That's crazy. If it hits a bill, then that's insane. But if it hits 800, then yeah, they're good. I think they're good. But yeah, I with that, I think I do agree with you, Kevin. Yeah, almost a bill and a bill. That's hard to beat, but we'll see. We'll see. Kenny, what's up?
Kenny, what's going on, dude?
Going on. I know Kenny. This week is his 1-year anniversary.
Yeah,
so I know he's gonna have a stream at the end of the week. I think on the 10th. So go check out Kenny Sparks. He's doing a lot of fun over there.
I didn't think it was that bad. Wow.
What?
Minnesota's kicking
the Nuggets,
beating the brakes off of Denver without their best defensive player.
Tom told a story how he had a buddy were flying and he turned the oxygen off as a prank. Fuck. In the back and his friends passed out. It was something to affect, but it was funny. That does not sound funny, man. That's horrible.
You want to fight. That's what I'm saying.
There's a story. I forgot what it was, but it's in somewhere in Europe, and something happened where the oxygen turned off in the entire plane, and there's a word for it when the plane's still like in auto mode, but everyone's passed out, in it. A ghost plane. It's called a ghost plane. Look up like ghost plane European whatever. It's scary, man. That sucks. That's.
Oh yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, spoiler, it didn't end well.
I believe that exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I was like, that sounds crazy. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna turn off the oxygen as a prank. Like, bro, we are never hanging out ever again.
So I'm gonna try to choke you with my beard.
Yeah,
I'm literally.
Think it's funny not to breathe?
I'm going to squeeze your neck until I cut off your air supply until you pass out.
That's what? Yeah.
That's crazy. Kevin said Mufasa the Lion King will make $1 billion or the box off or more at the box office. Silent 3 will be loved by critics and the audience. When it comes to making profits, it'd be questionable. Yeah, I mean that's hard to disagree with too.
Yeah, I said it about Mufasa. Like, it's because it says Mufasa the Lion King. You're going to get people that say, "I'm gonna go see him because it says the Lion King."
Yeah,
and
I mean, right now they're smart with marketing. You put a great director, and then you throw Lin-Manuel Miranda's name on there with music. I mean, and then the Lion King right next to it.
So you could put nothing out there. It could have been nothing. You put the Lion King, and you would make $500 million. Like, with nothing else out there. We don't know, Mufasa. We don't need to know who's in it. Put the Lion King out there. It's gonna make $500 million.
Yeah,
just for the name.
Yeah. I mean, the first one, the first live action made $1 billion. So,
it's probably making $1 billion too.
But the Sonic 3,
you know why they call it live action? Photoreal CGI.
Yeah, I hate that. It was a CGI. It wasn't live action. So, but yeah, I agree with that. Some of my best friends I've ever had, we have no idea how or when we met. That's always good.
Yep.
That's always good. And then Brand's like, don't come in here with that sports stuff. Save that for the other channel.
Hey, no, I'm glad you told me, man. I'm looking like, oh, wow, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Now you're getting half attention, Brian.
I know, right? Like one eye here, one eye there. Have y'all watched Tales of the Empire? I just found out it was out.
I found out it was out yesterday.
It came out on May the 4th. I haven't watched it yet. I just haven't had a chance to. I didn't go to work today.
Yeah.
I feel like sick, but tomorrow I'll probably watch it. I don't know if it's good or not. I've been trying to avoid any spoilers. I don't want to know what people are saying about it because I want to have my own opinion first, especially with the Star Wars thing. So
you know how people are.
Yeah. So I want to see it first. And I figure I could probably knock it out in a day. If it's the animated stuff, it's if it's like 8 episodes, 15 minutes each or whatever.
Yeah, like 22 minutes. You're done in 3 hours.
Yeah. I put up the Tom Cruise story on Facebook page. It was hilarious. He was on David Letterman. That sounds so horrible. Like, oh man, I almost killed all my friends. It was hilarious.
I would have killed. Like, I almost choked the life out of my friend.
Yeah, that sucks. I enjoyed Tales of the Jedi. Oh yeah, Tales of the Jedi. Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was super cool. You had the early Ahsoka story with baby Ahsoka. That one came out like a year ago, I think. Wasn't it? I think it was last May the 4th.
Yeah, it was. I think it was right around that time.
Yeah. So that was super great. And then when they announced they're doing like the Sith side or the evil side of that, I'm like, ooh, I'm sold on the idea. So yeah, the episodes are like 15, 16 minutes. Yeah, that's
all you really want. That's
for a little side.
Tonight.
Not sure if the new Acolyte show will be any good. Oof.
That's how all of us feel, right?
Yeah, man. It has potential, but all the Star Wars stuff has potential. It's just
it's a good story, but do they know how to do it?
Always executed bad. And I heard somebody put a clip of the director. I forgot what her name is. I can't think of her name. The creator of the show, and she was like inspired by Frozen because she was happy that like a love story was between two women, like the sisters. But I was like, it was a sister love. It wasn't like romantic love. That's different. That's very different. You know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, I don't know how to. It was just weird. Like I don't know. I mean,
I don't like that.
You could tie that into Star Wars because Luke and Leia. Siblings, so there's that love for each other because they're twins and they have this connection and shit like that.
But it was kind of icky when you think back about it, like, oh man, they kissed each other.
Oh yeah. Like he had no idea. George Lucas had no idea what he was gonna do. He's like, forget about that. I didn't really ask.
Scrap it.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't cut it out yet. All right. I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if Star Wars and Marvel Studios are saving big announcements for D23. Same.
Oh, definitely Marvel.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee we're gonna get that Fantastic Four on stage together at D23. I almost guarantee it.
And they need to.
Them.
Yeah, they need to
hype it up, get it ready. Let's go. I wouldn't be surprised if Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds makes like an appearance. Even something like CinemaCon. Where he told everyone to turn off your phone kind of shit. That was kind of fun. So I feel like Deadpool might become the new Stan Lee. With the cameos here and there, being goofy and stuff like that.
Same.
I can see that.
And then him actually taking a bigger part maybe in one of these movies, Secret Wars or something like that. He could take a bigger part in that.
Yeah. Deadpool 4, I can already see him doing the seventh Infinity Stone, the continuity Infinity Stone, like he does in the comic books. And him just going through all of the MCU and just messing with shit. Like that'd be awesome. Like Deadpool 4 with just him fucking with shit.
I want to see him with Loki one day. That'd be great.
That'd be super awesome. People watch Actor like to see where the story goes. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm gonna watch it.
But it's not leading. It's in the past, and it's not even the right amount of years in the past. I think that's what pissed me off. You can easily just change it to make it the right amount of years, and you're just gonna say, no, it's about 120 years ago. But that doesn't make any sense. We'll make it make sense.
Like, what are you talking about?
Because Acolyte technically in lore should be hundreds of years, like almost 1,000 years in the past, right?
No, it follows the High Republic. It's the end of the High Republic era.
I thought it was way in the past, not just like 120 years. Because I thought the way it was, I thought that in the beginning of the Empire, really, like the first time the Sith really rose to power like that.
Yeah. So this isn't the rise of the Sith. This is the return of the Sith. So like we haven't seen Sith for like hundreds of years, and now we're getting Sith again, and then that's where it leads into the prequels. So like the end of this era, the end of the High Republic era, leads into the era of like what the prequels are in, and then it'll go. So it went from like the Old Republic stuff, which all the video games, super awesome stuff, bunch of fucking Sith people everywhere. And then the Jedi won, no Siths around for a while, and then the High Republic is like the peak of Jedi Order shit, and then that's when the Sith start coming back, and then the first Sith people, and you're like, oh my god, somebody's killing Jedi, like that's crazy, and then that leads into the prequels.
I thought it was an Old Republic era show too. That's why
it's High Republic. It's High Republic, which makes sense because High Republic is Disney Star Wars stuff that they made, the new stuff. But the thing is like High Republic sucks ass. The story sucked. The comic books suck. Sorry, the comic books suck. And it's like they're not doing well. Like Old Republic comic books, like they don't sell at comic book stores. The books aren't doing well. The kid stories of High Republic aren't doing well. So I was like, why are you gonna? This whole story is the end of the High Republic. So it's like, give the people what they want, man. Go Old Republic. Like there's so many stories Old Republic that you can go and tell. I have
to go back and look again because I don't know why I thought the Sith took over during Old Republic time.
No, they were very powerful, but that was before. I believe, I could be wrong. I would have to double check. That was before the the Rule of Two was Old Republic, because you had a bunch of different Siths, and then in order to get the Sith together, they're like, there can only be two of us, And I believe, I forgot which Sith Lord created that rule. I have a brain fart. But yeah, but Old Republic is like a shit ton of Siths. It was awesome. It was super cool. Like the Old Republic games, if you ever get Knights of the Old Republic, still one of my all-time favorite games. It's so much fun.
It's a great game.
Yeah. I just thought that it was like no Sith for like 1,000 years. I thought it was like 1,000 years in between. So I thought like this was going to be like the Old Republic, like it's 1,000 years before Palpatine. So that's why I was so confused when they're saying 120 years. When I was like, that doesn't make sense, because I thought that was the first time that we received and saw another Sith was right the prequel.
That was like their like emergence, but they already knew of Darth Plagueis, and then I think there's a few before Darth Plagueis that weren't really big, but Darth Plagueis was the big return of the Sith, and then obviously his apprentice was Sidious, the Emperor, and then we get all that story. But
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Yeah, but yeah,
the boys' room.
The that's why I was like, the show being the end of the High Republic, I think is kind of stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, because the High Republic sucks. Even I remember I read the first chapter in the first chapter in the first book of the High Republic, and it didn't feel like they were Jedi. You know what I mean? Like they weren't in control of their emotions. I was like, this is supposed to be peak Jedi. Like this is when like all the best Jedi and the Jedi was just everywhere and all that crazy shit. And they're doing shit. I'm like, it didn't feel like the Jedi kind of things. You know what I mean? Like there's the Old Republic stuff, and then you get all the newer prequel stuff, and there's all this lore of how Jedis act and are, and how they, how they be, but how they act around
the Jedi. Like were in control for 1,000 years, like that.
Yeah,
they were in control of everything for 1,000 right before we got to the prequels.
Yeah, which is like the now they're calling it the High Republic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because the High Republic is like when they were peak, when they were in control of everything, But then in the book is like they find this thing all the way out in the Outer Rim, and then the books led up to the show. Supposedly, I stopped reading the books like after the first couple of chapters of the first book. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I just didn't care. Yeah, Star Wars is done.
I don't think it's done. I mean, it's still such great stories, and if you do it well and you can actually do something that everyone stands behind, it'll be just fine. It'll be just fine.
Well, like you were saying on May the 4th, like you need to have that person in charge, that guy.
Yeah.
You need to have your Feige. DC, Warner Brothers is figuring it out with DC. Is like, we got Gunn and we got Safran. So it's like the money guy, the creative guy. Boom, go do it. Actually put them as their own studio. DC has never been its own studio until now.
It's hard for me to say they figured it out yet. Just
I agree with that. Yeah. But they're following the road plan that has worked in the past with Marvel, and I think two people that understand, what needs to be done. So
you have one person's vision and you try to make it make sense, and you focus it and you give them money, and then you have a cohesive story. And that instead of having things that just don't seem like they fit.
I mean, back in. Well, with that, we'll probably get into the Superman stuff. I'm
ready for that
movie. Why would you see a eugenics war show movie? That sounds like horrible. like legit, like horrible to watch. Like I don't know if I could stomach something like that. It's like,
you have to do something creative, because I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. That's intense. I'm kind of disappointed it was so close to the prequels. I really want Star Wars to go either way in the past or way into the future, so we can get some stories we didn't feel tied to the Skywalkers.
Yeah, and I agree, Kenny, and I think we even touched on that in the past. Granted, the Skywalkers are the very much the centerpiece of the Star Wars universe, which is great. But you're talking about such a big galaxy, and there's a lot that you could do with that, without necessarily straying far away, heck, stray away from the Skywalker legacy for a minute. That's why I like Rogue One. The Skywalkers will always be the centerpiece of it, but it's a big galaxy to explore. Which why relegate yourself to one corner with something that there's that much possibility with? So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's why I go do Old Republic stuff. I mean, the High Republic is cool. It's far enough so you're away from the Skywalkers, but you're still leading into that story. Like you're leading into the prequels. So I don't know. Somehow Star Wars is the past, but somehow it's still the future. In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, we know
from Star Trek.
Yeah, so you talking about Khan and all that stuff. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
No, I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Okay. From Star Trek. Okay. That's why I love Star Wars Vision so much. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. They do so much cool shit in Star Wars Vision. Like, so much cool shit, man.
And it's, once again, great ideas that you're allowed to kind of let come out,
Yeah. I want to see Star Trek universe expanded. I mean, they're doing it now.
Yeah, they've done it a lot. I think that they've done a good job with it.
Yeah. It's just not getting a lot of love. All the haters are hating it because, why is there a black female captain? Like, I hate the show.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah. You're talking about a big, diverse universe. If you're a racist, just say it.
Yeah.
They did. You heard it say,
All right. I love that too. Mom Bear wants to see it. All right, let's talk about Superman.
Okay.
Bring it up. Oh, you know what? I'll leave it.
Yeah, I think it'll look better with me.
All right, there we go. Yeah, look like that. All right, cool. Actually, remove it. There we go. All right, I figured it out.
He said, "That's why I said Brian, because he's also the only
he's
we're talking about." So yeah, the eugenics force is like 2025 to like 2055 or something like that. It's like a 30-year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I thought you were talking about like eugenics, like Earth eugenics. It was like that could be problematic. So what? So I don't know what this is in Star Trek. What's eugenics in Star Trek?
The idea it's the whole idea where Khan comes from. That's when they created Khan. He's supreme. He's better than everybody else. This is during that war they actually used him to make sure they win that war. So, and it's a very interesting time. It really is.
So they actually So, because I don't know too much about it, so they actually use
Khan is actually a
genetic.
Yeah, he's a genetic enhanced, better than everybody being. That is what Khan is. Khan is actually like he's better than all of us in everything he does. So that's what he's about. So yeah, that is the age that you have.
So it is like kind of eugenics, but in Star Trek.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly eugenics.
And okay.
It is.
Okay. I did not know that. I know Khan was like better than everyone else, like smarter, stronger, faster, all that shit, but I didn't know like he was created.
He was created, yeah.
Interesting. So I do not like that outfit. Which one?
Which one? Because I don't know. I know he's not talking about brand man. That Luke Cage shirt is fire.
Thank you.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about Superman stuff. We're gonna get into that right now.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, I was like, yeah.
Right, what's up, Bonzo?
What's up, Bonzo?
Hey man, I tried to get on there. I didn't realize I was out. And as soon as I got back, I tried to get back on to be on your show.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this Superman stuff. I'm like super out of it. All right, let's talk Superman. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about the new news that we got from Mr. James Gunn, Mr. Head of DC. We got our first look at Superman in the suit and everything. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So there's a lot to unpack here.
There's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
First of all, for the most part, I like the suit. I like that it's kind of an amalgamation of a couple from different runs of the comics, kind of like the New 52. There's some Kingdom Come in there with the logo. They brought back the red trunks. Yes. He has the S curl in his hair. I do like the long flowing cape. Overall, as far as the picture goes, I like that it looks like it's kind of like he's been in a battle earlier, but I see some char marks on there. I like the look of Metropolis in the background. It's kind of giving me animated series vibes. It looks freaking huge. I like that all hell is breaking loose in there, or in the background, and it's just him kind of casually like pulling his boots on. I think it kind of says a lot about James Gunn's potential approach to this character, because Bryan Singer and Zack Snyder went the route of making Superman this, for lack of a better term, a messiah figure or Jesus allegory, which I hated. I think it's super lazy. I like that, him kind of casually pulling on his boots. It just kind of gives off the vibe that, for all his powers, this is just going to be like an everyday dude that, just like you, you or me, which I like the idea of. I think that'll make the character a little more relatable, and we can kind of connect with him a little more than we did in the previous movies. I couldn't really connect with him in Superman Returns or in the Snyderverse. So if Gunn can really nail that, then that's half the battle right there. With this is going to be the start to this live action rebooted universe. So I don't really think he can afford to fail. But yeah, this is a good start. I really like this first look. I was waiting to see what he'd look like in the suit. So yeah. I like that it's I like how it's distancing itself from the last two incarnations, and yeah, I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see it like in action.
Yeah. What are you, Brian? What do you think about it?
I am pretty much on the opposite side on a lot of this stuff.
Wow. Okay.
I am not feeling the symbol. I really don't. I don't enjoy it at all. I understand where it's from. I'm just not what I want. I don't think a grounded or even like a Superman that I can relate with is the Superman I want. I don't think that's why I actually come to see Superman. If I want that, I get Batman. I don't need my Superman to be in that, or every man, any man. I don't need that. That's not what I want from him. I think Superman's supposed to be better than us. That's the idea of what Superman is. So I don't think I would like a movie that's doing it that way. And and this is just totally my opinion. And I could totally understand. Giving Gunn the leash to do whatever he wants to do creatively, but it's just those are things that I don't think is what's going on, and then I really don't like what's going on in the background and him being so casual about it, because the idea of him being the superhero, being this guy, he is it. Superman is that dude. When you think of who's the greatest superhero, who is above reproach and doing all stuff, like I feel like, to me, it's just not who my Superman is. So like I'm not loving it right now. But once again, I'm making a lot of this stuff up in my own mind. Like this is what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. It's like we trying to make a story off of a still. Who the hell knows? What's really going on.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems like you're trying to ground a superhero that doesn't need to be grounded.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think they're grounding. I don't know how you can ground somebody like this when you have a Green Lantern, you have a Mr. Terrific, you have a Hawkgirl in this movie. Like you have so many other characters that like you cannot ground this character. I don't think it's going to be a grounded character. It's
I'm
gonna be
just
Superman.
looking at the character from what it is, and
I mean, I see a guy who just got his ass whooped possibly because he's all beat up. His ass is charred, and the bad guys are in the back, and I'm
still winning, and you're losing.
Towards the end of the movie, yeah, like you just got your ass kicked. They thought you're done, and now, like, I'm like, I can easily see this being a scene where like Lois is like, you can't go out there, they'll kill you. It's like I have to, like because who else is gonna do it? That shit. Like that's very stereotypical.
Wait a long time.
Shit.
I feel like he's always supposed to be out there. Like Superman doesn't just give up.
No,
but
if you're knocked out cold, and then like
the
other
Superman.
heroes. I mean, we don't even know who the full bad guy is. I mean, your Superman with a fucking green rock can knock you out. Like literally, the Green Lantern can make the little green rock, and then now you're nothing. You're a man.
But you're saying like Green Lantern, like they're the bad guys here.
No, Lex Luthor is the bad guy, and Lex Luthor knows Superman, so he knows his weakness. So I wouldn't be surprised.
So that's just the timeline we're going with for it.
What?
I mean, that's you think that's the storyline we're going with, that Lex Luthor already does know Superman. He's been Superman for whatever,
a couple years at this point.
Well, they did say he's going to be like 3 years in at this point. So
I mean, I guess you could say like I guess Lex Luthor can figure that out. So I don't know, maybe that's what it is.
Super smart. He's just super evil too, But
no, it's being smart, but having a connection with Superman, I don't doubt. But I'm just saying, like we're all taking a lot of leaps.
Everything we're saying is the background. I'm kind of curious about the background, but that's like that's movie shit, And I don't know what could be going on, I mean, part of it could be hidden too, I mean, like. It could be something else going on back there. Like there's some giant fight between like Hawkgirl and I don't know, fucking Green Lantern. I don't know. Like we don't know what that is, But I'm just looking at Superman. Like I like the suit, but I kind of agree with Brian I don't like the S. But if this is not the final S, I'm kind of cool with it. So it kind of depends on where it goes. I just feel like Superman needs to have the actual S and not the Kingdom Come S. Like it's a weird thing. So I wonder, is this going to change? I hope they explain it somehow. Because it really doesn't look like an S. I'm sorry, Kingdom Come was a great comic book. The Superman S never looked like an S to me. It looked like a do not enter. You know what I mean? Like always hate. Like I love the look of Kingdom Come. I have a giant poster of it over here that hopefully eventually will be up behind me. But I was never a fan of that S. But the suit overall looks cool. I think he looks awesome. I know it's bad to say, but he looks like a bootleg Henry Cavill in there. But also Henry Cavill kind of looked like a version of Christopher Reeve, because Superman needs to have a certain look. You need to be kind of broad shoulder. You need to have a super square jawline. All those guys had that, and Cornswood has it. But I'm digging the hair. I'm digging overall the outfit.
I definitely. I tell you, a lot of hate. I'm definitely digging the curly Q. Like
you need that. Superman needs to have that. It's so because it's so it's so stupid with Superman. It's like takes off his glasses, twists his hair, and like he's Superman. It's like the Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. He messes up his hair. He's like, I'm evil now. It's like, no, you're the same dude. You're the same dude without glasses. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it for the most part. I like it. I like the background, the city. Like I said, it looks it kind of like was it San Francisco with the big bridge thingy in the back? It could be a building. I don't know.
It also could be New York too.
It could be New York. Yeah. So I'm curious, but for Superman, I'm digging it. I like it.
Yeah, and then also like the mock neck shirt. Like
I'm liking that. I'm liking the higher up neck, because like you said, it's kind of like a new 52, but it's also with the Kingdom Come, but it also has the old school trunks on it, so it's like a mix of all the cool stuff, quote unquote, like all the fan favorite stuff of all the past Superman. Yeah. So, but I like I never liked the Christopher Reeve super low like cut. I always
I don't
thought
think
that
it
was
needs to
kind of
be
weird.
low, but just having a regular cut, I feel like that was thing. But I'm also envisioning, I think I said this to Brandon when we were off the screen, that what I do like is that I feel like you could go get any of these things. Like it looks like he made it. Like you can find these patterns somewhere. These are all, outfits that you can go find and make this stuff. And with the padding and all that stuff, it actually looks like you could do it instead of us just trying to make believe that he's an unbelievable seamstress and has, like in The Incredibles, has someone making his costume for him. Like that makes him costumes for all the superheroes. Like it actually looks like he thought it out
Didn't
and
his
made
mom,
it himself.
the original?
That's what I was going to say. They could potentially go the route of his mother making it for him.
Yeah,
but still, a person making it, like these are things that you could go quilt. Like you could go make it, and you can see the line and how it makes sense. And instead of someone, just some other person making it, I think it looks like something you can go make.
It's just a suit in your little armory kind of thing. I thought that was stupid in the Henry Cavill one. I was like, oh, here's this suit, and here's your fancy suit, and here's your nightclub suit. It was like, here's your black tie suit. It was like, oh, this stupid shit. I was like, what? Like,
yeah. Like, okay. I wasn't a fan of that.
They all have your family logo on it. Like, okay. Oh man. All right. Let's see what you guys in the comments are saying, because I know I see a bunch of you guys in the comments talking, and it's all over the board from you guys. So Horror Geek said, I do not like the outfit. I know we are too. Yeah. I do not like the outfit from Horror Geek. Kevin said, people are waiting for James Gunn to create his vision of DC Studios Joker, going to get the backseat at box office no matter if the film is good or bad.
That's kind of what happened already, in the DC universe. Anything that wasn't part of James Gunn's original universe is going to take a backseat. But I just feel like Joker made so much money that first time. It's hard to say he's going to take a backseat, even though it's not for me. It's just,
I think, I can't wait for that. I think it's gonna be good. It's a weird movie. Even the first one was.
I didn't like the first one.
Yeah. Kenny said, I love it. Brandon Davis said, enhanced. We're talking about Starfleet stuff. Yeah, we got Mike's reviews. What's up?
What's up, Mike?
What's up? Appreciate you coming in, Mike. Kenny said, Superman might want to hurry up and attend to whatever's going outside.
That bothers me.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's getting over, but I wonder if they're gonna go the route, because I forgot what iteration of Superman, but the Kryptonite. There's a version of Kryptonite where you show it to him, and he gets messed up, and then once it's gone, it takes a while for him to get the quote unquote poisoning, the kryptonite poisoning out of his body. I always thought that was kind of cool, because I always hated the idea is it's near. I can't do anything. And then somebody throws it, and he's like, I'm good now. It's like, that's it. That's it. This thing that can literally kill you. If it's just 10 feet further, you're fine. So I always like the idea of kryptonite poisoning. It takes a while for him to get it worked out of his system, because that makes sense. Like when you drink too much beer, it takes a while for it to get out of your system. Granted, it'll take a lot less time than him, but
it's he's the one person, if he can't get drunk, right? There's a lot of stuff that he can't, that won't affect it that way, because the sun powers him in that way. So I don't know how much of it makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's stabbed with kryptonite, once it's pulled out, I don't know, it takes 20 minutes for him to feel fine again.
I mean, he was stabbed, so yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And it's in his body with it, so it's in his blood and all that shit. So I don't know. I'm just snowballing here. There's you need to find a way to make Superman have at least that one weakness. Where's Kyle so I can troll? Because I don't like that outfit either. All right. Well, Brandon don't like it. Jorge said, whoever took this photo and styled him did David dirty. Really? So it was Jessica Miglio. She's done other stuff for James Gunn before, like a still photographer for his movies. So she's done like Guardians and like the Suicide Squad and stuff with James Gunn before. I think he looks good though, man. It was like his arms look buff enough, you know what I mean? Like he looks like a solid dude, you know. They're not making him look like, you know, like unfit or anything like that. So I do think it's interesting that we're showing a picture of Superman that looks a little beat up. You know, I mean, the S is dirty. He's pulling up a boot, so you assume the boot was off, so he's getting back into whatever he's getting, you know, got out of. So it's like that's
the first. If you got out of it, you didn't watch it. You got out of it, but didn't watch it. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like it couldn't be that. It had to be.
Well, if you got out, like if you got his ass kicked, you know, and then dropped off.
Then, how are you inside? Like if you're out in the fight, why are you inside? Because that's the only way you should be dirty right now. Is because it just happened now today.
It just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're inside putting your boot on. Like I don't know. Like
so. This might just be for the shot. None of us know if this is an actual scene from the movie.
And this is just us reading something that we don't know about. So yeah.
But usually a lot of her still shots of James Gunn's movies are shots that are in the movie. I believe like majority of them. Not a lot, not all of them, but majority of them. Like the first time we saw Will, the dude who played in Guardians, the Golden Kid.
Will Poulter.
Will Poulter. Like the first time we saw him, it was a picture from her, and it was a shot from the movie. You know. But yeah, I'm just surprised it's not like him doing his like Superman stance. You know, I just feel like that would be an easy 1, 2, 3. Here it is.
And you know, I kind of like that they didn't do that, because when they did Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, you know, they did exactly that, and I think they even kind of did the same thing for Bryan Singer's Superman Returns. They were like action shots or him doing the Superman pose. So. I kind of like that it's not something that you'd usually associate with Superman. It kind of distances itself from the past and kind of gives an idea of perhaps the route that Snyder's going in terms of his approach towards the character.
Yeah,
which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
or Gunn. I'm sorry.
It's funny because as you said it, and that's exactly what pisses me off. Because I feel like Superman, there's certain things to understand the character. There's certain things that have to go along with the character. You know, don't have to. I don't want you to change the key aspects of what makes you are. That's the same.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is, because at the end of the day, Superman, you know, for all his powers, has always been, you know, from at least a characteristic standpoint, you know, just the normal everyday guy next door. I think, and that's kind of where they kind of went wrong with. Hang on, let me finish. They kind of, that's where they kind of went wrong with Man of Steel and Superman Returns. I just couldn't. I like characters that I can connect with. You couldn't really connect or be invested in the character. You know, they didn't give us enough there. And Gunn is kind of known for doing that, you know, kind of see Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad. He at least kind of fleshed out these characters. I think perhaps he's going to, at least from, you know, just the vibe that I get from this picture and the vibe that he's kind of, you know, just kind of based on interviews with him, he's gonna hopefully give us a Superman that's more fleshed out and that we can kind of not necessarily connect to, but be invested in.
See what else we got.
I just don't like it. I don't think that's exactly what Superman is. I have no doubt. There's no reason I should feel connected exactly to Superman. Like he is different in every single way. Like he is an alien from a different country. He is the greatest character. Like all that stuff. He is different. and he's trying to fit in with us. That's how I wanted to more that he is trying to fit in, but he is different. I don't need him to act like me, because if that's what I already have for the other superheroes. He's a different superhero. And that's what makes Superman very hard to write for. It makes the character very hard to have certain things that really connect with people. It does make it difficult, but I don't need you to make him less Superman, because I think that's going to hurt the story more than it will help. I think you will lose people immediately. And right now, as I've said before, what has to happen? You need to make sure that this makes money and heals what's going on in DC.
Well, isn't that how Zack Snyder and Bryan Singer lost their target audience?
No, I think that he did his own thing. I think once again he did his own freaking thing. I mean, when you talk about Zack Snyder's story and they rushed everything, I don't think it had anything to do with what they're doing. I think they rushed storylines and they tried to be something they weren't. That has nothing to do with like what made. Really
I don't think they didn't know what to do with Superman, because he's all powerful.
It's hard.
And you're just like,
so it is hard. So you have to come up with a great story. That's why I wanted to start with Superman. But it's not going to be stop me from saying Superman needs to be Superman.
I think you got to start with Superman. He's the dude. He is the superhero.
But he better be the superhero then.
Yeah. You don't think we should be able to invest in the character just because he has all these powers?
Invest in the character doesn't mean that I need to feel like he's me.
No. I mean, connecting with somebody doesn't mean you're like, I see
him being just like me is not going to work.
No, I don't think Brandon was saying being just like,
because he's just like me, like act like he's a regular dude. He literally said,
trying to act like he's a regular dude, but he can't.
He's not that. He's not that. And I'm saying that's what he has to be above that. Yeah,
Smallville's like perfect example of that. It was like a dude always trying to be
a character, right? That's
He
doesn't know what it is. We've already said. You already told me that just 3 years into him being Superman.
Yeah,
and like so, I'm saying like you guys saying two different things. I don't know.
Like Clark Kent always knew he couldn't play football. You know what I mean? Because he knew he was different. You know what I mean? So it's like, so he wanted to fit in. He wanted to play football, but he couldn't. You know what I mean? So it's like he knows he has to do certain things. But he's like I was at Kenny. He's like he's just a dude from Kansas. And that's kind of thing. But then you're like, oh, kind of, but not really. But he's also the dude who like his mom made his suit for. You know what I mean? Like he's dating a regular chick, who's a newspaper. Like he tries to be normal, and those are the things you want to connect with. But the part where you're like, you're better than us is because he has to be better than us.
Yeah, I don't think Superman should have some god complex.
Yeah,
I disagree. And that's I think
I connected
that should be part of the story. I don't think that they had a problem with. I don't think that was the issue was Snyder or any of those things. I don't. I thought the story itself was the problem, and then they tried to rush the story before we're going to compete with Marvel, so we're going to do this. That was more of the problem I had with them. They're not necessarily if they want to have their own take on it, as long as he still has the same characteristics. I don't have a problem with what they're going to do. I'm just saying,
I think unfortunately
they still have to have the same characteristics what Superman needs to have. As long as you have that, then what you want to do with the story?
Well, I think unfortunately where Snyder went wrong, or one of the multiple places that he went wrong, is that his Superman had this god complex who was raised to believe he should just let innocent people die, which that's you got one of the very fundamental things of the character wrong right there. And just constantly touting him as this like godlike character. The thing is, he did have godlike powers, but he had a very humble and normal upbringing, which is one of the core elements of the character, which just kind of based on what Gunn's saying, he's running with that, which I'm kind of excited and fingers crossed he really does run with that. So that's what I'm hoping for. And like Snyder said, whole concept and the theme of this movie is gonna be kindness in a cynical world, which I'm like, there, yeah, you pretty, if you're gonna run with that, you've pretty much proven to me that you at least get it on a fundamental level.
Yeah, I think that's you could do that and still be different. The idea of saying that I need him to be anything, he's not going to be. His problem is that he won't fit in. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said that he won't fit in, and that needs to be a storyline. He can't fit in. That needs to be the focus of how you humanize it, because you are an outsider. Not that's
didn't Man of Steel do that?
But that's not the issue. Once again, I don't think that was the issue with the movie. I think the movie it's a small part of how it was written. It was the problem that you wanted to go somewhere different with it. I don't think that's why some people like Man of Steel. You know, like I just think that you should have done different other things. You shouldn't have him killing people. Death should weigh heavy on him because he is a good-hearted person. Things like that, but doesn't mean that everything else has to change. No.
So, are you saying you want them to do the same thing Man of Steel did without doing the same?
You keep on saying the same words that every single time you say, I'm going to keep on seeing the same Man of Steel. No, I'm
just asking.
No, I said, because I've answered the fourth time.
Man of Steel is the last Superman movie.
The fourth time. No, I don't think that's what it did. I've said every single time. I don't think that's what it was. I don't know what else to say. I don't think that's what it was. What do you want to do in Man of Steel again? I still don't think that's what it was. To this day, I still don't say that's not what it was
on. I'm sorry.
All right, we're gonna move on.
I just had to mess with you a little bit.
You gonna ask again about you gonna do it about Man of Steel again? Like no.
Oh my god! All right, let's keep going. We got other stuff. Hopefully, something else to talk about. Spoiler Kings, what's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony.
Give me more about the grounded, not grounded with Superman. Yeah. Oh, there you go, man. We just gave you like 20 minutes of it.
We'll do that later.
Brainiac in the back. That's kind of cool.
I was thinking that could potentially be Brainiac.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was actually my first thought.
Yeah. So Superman or any character who I feel like can't struggle, I find boring. Yeah. Yeah. That's why Superman's hard to.
He's hard to write for. That's the
what
you do.
James Gunn. Conservative with DC films. I hope he's shakes the table. I think he's gonna. I think he, for better or worse, I think he's gonna go comic booky with it. You know, hopefully he knows not to go too much like Taika, but just enough where you're able to like please the fans. It's a fine, super like thread thin, fine line of to do. But
it's gonna be really hard. I mean, that's just what it is. It's going to be very difficult. It's an iconic character that's been around from the beginning. So, Action Comics, like he is a very difficult character to write for because you gave him all these powers. So your only thing you can really deal with is his fitting in with everyone else. So, because he is different. He's an alien. That's what it is. So it's just very difficult to even have problems that he can't fix. And the problem he can't fix it. I can't save everybody. So how do I do that? Do this, and for him to still be Superman, but not being okay with death. It's really hard.
Which I can see, like, if you want to do something like that, why he has like all these other people around him. Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific is like, I can't save everyone, but if I have as many people around me to help me, maybe we can save as many as possible. Something like that. I don't know.
Or they're around longer than him, and he's leaning on them for answers.
Could be. Or I mean, he could be like a loner kind of thing, because he was always grown up a loner. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that because he can't, because he'll be found out. So he was a loner, and now he has like people that he can trust, because they're like, and not at his level, but at a level above normal. you know. So, but he's still like a loner, you know. So I mean, I don't know. You can go.
I think that's a really cool storyline because you are bringing up all these different characters in, so you can bring something else out of Superman that you can't compare to us, but you can compare it to them, and he's still the best of those.
I mean, just Hawkgirl by herself, you know, fucking thousands of years at this point or whatever, hundreds of years, you know, like all the reincarnations and stuff. So yeah, I mean, you know, if they go with Guy, and Guy's been around for a while, Guy Gardner, you know,
that he is going to be in this,
all those characters coming in. So that's why I'm saying that there has to be something to do with that, because they know how hard it is to write for this damn character. So you got to put other characters in it that's easier to write for, and show the difference between him and everyone else.
I'm gonna skip around a lot. So I don't like the size of the S. Like again, what S?
Yeah, it's not S. It's like do not enter.
I think the villain is Lex and the Engineer. I think it's Lex and Brainiac. I know it's Lex for sure.
Yeah, and I know and I know the Engineer's going to be in this because she's going to like show up later for the Authority. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying there's a world that all three could be in this movie, just the not same level of villain, or you introducing a new villain for the next time. All three of these can still be in this same movie without you solving it. You know.
Yeah. So the S is cool. The suit looks like shit. I think the opposite, man. I think the suit looks awesome.
The only thing with the costume, and Brandon actually mentioned this earlier, I've never been a fan of the the raised collar from the New 52. It just never was really my cup of tea, even though I kind of had a feeling they were going to incorporate that. But that's the only thing. Other than that, I like it. Like I said,
I like the Alex Ross, like this Superman here.
Yeah,
I like the S, and the S is huge, which I like the big S. I never liked the super low cut Superman. I always liked the neck from the New 52. I always thought that was super cool, you know. But I know I'm in the minority.
Yeah,
I know that. I
don't like it.
You know, I've always felt like I've been in the minority because a lot of people that I talk to always like the collar.
Yeah, I don't need Superman showing me off chest hair, man. You know.
Yeah, but I don't like it going. I would rather sit like a regular shirt.
A regular shirt.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna skip around a little bit. My bear, the Kingdom Come symbol.
Looks like I
looks
don't.
like a like symbol. Yeah, that's what I said. Like the do not answer. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the collar. My bad, I'm not a fan of the Return of the Trunks.
Actually, I like.
Yeah.
I like the trunks that they're incorporating. That the Henry Cavill Man of Steel one just looked weird without them to me.
Yeah.
Costume looked fine, but it just I don't know. The Superman without the trunks just looks incomplete for me.
It looked like a giant onesie. I don't know. Just like it like I said, it didn't look bad, but it looked very off-putting. You know, like he's wearing like a skin suit almost. You know, like a blue skin suit. You know, Marvel says the suit doesn't fit. Really? With those arms? I mean, those like. I think it fits pretty good. I mean, around the shoulders, but I mean, he's also like
he made his mama made it. Like it's not like so. That's why I don't mind that. But there's something that I'm not enjoying about the suit. There's a few things, and I think we're really just really just kind of picking it apart when we don't know. It might be fine in the movie, and we end up enjoying it. It's not something we even think about, but we're picking it apart because we all want it to be good.
Yeah, that's 100% true. If the audience cannot connect with the main character of a big budget film, it will flop. Yeah,
that's been a problem with Superman.
Yeah. Like I said, that's really something Gunn's going to have to stick the landing with, especially if this is going to be an ongoing thing for X amount of years, a decade plus. We're probably talking about. You really gotta you really got to succeed where the last attempt at this universe unfortunately just didn't. But yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty excited overall. And it'll be cool to see. I kind of like that he's also introducing other characters that presumably have been around for a while, like like one of the Green Lanterns and Mister Terrific and that sort of thing. So, well, and it's going to be a hot minute before a trailer,
Yeah.
And end of this year, absolutely, like minimum early next year.
Yeah.
But so far, I was pretty happy with this.
Yeah. Brandon said, "Why debate Man of Steel? Man of Steel was awesome. Period."
Sure, if you like crap.
I don't think it's crap.
I wouldn't say it's crap.
I just disagree with you.
But it was not a good movie. I don't think it was good. When it comes to rewatch, I really don't rewatch it. It's just like,
I think I've watched it.
Put on Guardians.
I think I've watched it all the way through uninterrupted, maybe like twice. Once when I saw it in the theater, and then the second time when I just like gave it another chance. I remember thinking it was okay the first time I saw it, but just kind of being like not really as wowed as I hoped it would be, because that's when I still wanted to give Zack Snyder the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, I think when it ended, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was all right, man.
I probably liked it a little bit more than you guys, but I don't think it was great by any means.
Yeah,
I think it was pretty good. I do not think the character of Superman shined through the way I would want it to be. That's my issue. It didn't seem like he was Superman, like he was this unbelievable character, like uncorruptible person. That's not what we got. That's what I didn't like. But the movie itself, I think storyline was fine.
I thought I was watching a big movie YouTuber guy, and when he was talking about it, he's like, Man of Steel is a Superman movie without Superman in it. Hence why it's not called Superman. I'm like, huh, that's interesting, because it was missing a lot of what makes Superman Superman. You know what I mean? He got the suit. He wore the shit. He was awesome when it comes to fights and shot laser eyes and all that cool stuff, but it was still something like missing from him being Superman.
To me, it almost felt like Zack Snyder was slightly ashamed of the source material or embarrassed by it.
I don't think that was
and plus it kind of followed the same narrative structure of Batman Begins, if you look at it. Especially with the beginning of the movie, the origin, and then like a big time jump, and then them going backwards and forward in the narrative. It's really clear, especially with how much they touted the involvement of Christopher Nolan and how much they touted that in the in the promotional material. It's like they wanted to make just Batman Begins just repackaged as a Superman movie when they kind of should have just done their own thing.
Yeah. I just don't know why Zack Snyder loves making things look like sex organs. Like, you need to stop, bro. Like,
well, he did say that he grew up reading a lot of heavy metal
there you go.
comics. So he has gone on record and said that. So I think that's just how his mind is tuned.
When all of Zod's crew turned into giant dicks and shot up
giant dicks,
space, I was like, okay. And I looked around, I'm like, is no one gonna say it? Like, come on. Like, what? Like,
I think honest trailers ripped on that. Hang on one second.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I dropped
even
something.
in Rebel Moon, when they go through the time, like space warp, giant vagina. It was like, cool, awesome, man. Like, come on. Yeah. But if he loves heavy metal, it makes sense. So I think James can pull it off. Yep. We can all agree that Black Suit Superman was great. It was cool. I just having the black suit was cool. Didn't make any sense. He didn't explain why.
But I think that was my biggest problem with any of the movies. They tried to rush. As long I
Things
feel like
happen.
if James Gunn takes his time, explains the character, gives the character development, and tells the story that he wants to tell, but it uses the comic book as reference, then
Mhm.
it will be okay. But he has to make money this first movie. So this first movie just has to make that $500 million. So
Okay.
do what you gotta do, make the $500 million, and then you tell the story the right way. Then you'll be okay. I just feel like that's the key.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and so,
in
yeah,
the other
most
ones,
people
like they
like
never
Man of
explain things.
Steel, but I did not hate Man of Steel. That's why I was like, I think I agree. It was fine. I don't believe Superman kills people, even though he should.
Not intentionally like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
going. No, you shouldn't do that.
yeah,
You figure out
yeah.
some other way
I,
that makes you Superman.
yeah.
You're
I always
not Superman
hated
if you
that.
don't do it.
Yeah, that argument was like Batman doesn't kill. Like, oh, Batman's killed before. He's like all these people. I was like, no, he doesn't like kill when it comes to like one-on-one. You know what I mean? He doesn't grab somebody by the neck and cracks their neck. That's not what Batman does. Has he killed people? Yeah, there's collateral damage, quote unquote, and shit like that. But I think even in one of the comic books, he's like, yeah, people die, but also if you can prevent it, then don't do it. And Superman is definitely kind of like at that level. Um, yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Man of Steel got to the point. Who know what's going on? Yeah. Yeah. Man.
I'm just
Like I said, I didn't hate Man of Steel. I own it, but it's definitely you know what? And a sequel could have made the character better. But again, I don't think Zack Snyder knew what he was kind of fully doing.
I think he knew what he was doing. I just didn't like the story he was going to go with.
With Superman, he didn't know what he was doing with Superman, because like Superman is there, he dies, right? In Batman vs Superman, then he comes back, and then now we get a vision of him being evil. I was like, bro, you're skipping a shit ton of stuff in the middle. Like you're going 0 to 100 in a matter of like 3 movies. Like you don't know what you're
If
doing.
you want to tell me that James Gunn brushed the crap out of every storyline he did, I'm going to sit there and say, yep, you're 100% right. But I don't.
It might not have been on Snyder. It might have been on the studio pushing Snyder. And that's a good argument, because if you look at Rebel Moon, god damn, can you get to the point already? Like so rushing to the point might not be his thing. So it might have been Warner Brothers like pushing, which would explain why they brought in another director, like, oh, we can't wait for you, man. Like we're gonna get somebody else. So like if that is it, but again, it's his name on it, so he kind of gets the blame. He was left with no choice but to snap Zod's neck. I disagree. It's Superman.
He's Superman. He could have figured out
flew him into space. You got him in the chokehold. Fly him into space. Throw him, you throw him into space, or find a phantom zone like they did in the original one with Zod. Lock him in your ship or some shit. I don't know. Like there's like freeze him. Like
use your vision. Yeah. Freeze his head.
You're supposed to be a genius. Your dad was a fucking genius on your home planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
well, I hear everything you're saying. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
He should have been there to figure out. Batman would have figured something out.
Exactly. Figure something out when it came to Apocalypse. So, and that's like the most evil motherfucker in DC. So, yeah. That doesn't mean it's always good, but I'm not gonna dismiss interpretation just because it doesn't fit what I want exactly. If I want those same stories and interpretations, I'll read the comics. I agree.
Yeah, but you use it as reference, just like X-Men 97 has. Use it as reference, but it doesn't have to be the exact same thing. But you have to understand what the character is.
Yeah.
That's key.
Yeah. That's super important. But he was against a trained soldier. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
in a
he was
row.
also
Okay.
Superman, who's been sucking up the sun for way longer. So he should have been stronger. Even against the trained soldier. So the whole idea of like, oh, this guy's been on the planet for an hour and he has your same power, but he's better because he's a soldier. It was like, hey, but he's been soaking up the juice for his entire life. So I don't know.
Yeah, that was your point.
Sorry about
that.
Yeah. Again, they could have explained it better. I don't know. Again, Michael Shannon, awesome as Zod, but also Michael Shannon is a great fucking actor. So
he screamed a lot.
He did a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot.
So
I was using laser on his eyes. If he flew up, he could be more damage while he was shooting the lasers. They were blowing up buildings. If you're worried about 2 people, 3 people,
he could have put his hands over his eyes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Choke him out. Like, I don't know. Like,
he would, and that's the thing. He could have choked him out. He could have like flew upward. He could have been like towards that family that he was shooting the lasers at. Be like, hey, move 3 feet to the left.
He stuck. Like there was lasers on this side and like rubble on this side.
Yeah.
They
couldn't move.
Yeah, he could have. There were other options, and then I remember Zack Snyder saying something in an interview like, "Oh, I had him kill people. He had to kill so he could learn not to kill." But then 10 minutes into Dawn of Martha, he friggin' like rams a dude through like 4 concrete walls at 200 miles an hour. Just say you're having him kill people because you think it looks cool, you pea brain.
Okay.
You're contradicting yourself? How? I still want to see Spider-Man 98. Yeah, heck yeah. It doesn't have to be the same, but it is the exact same as the character and story it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Literally what X-Men 97 is doing, so I don't know if I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally what they're doing.
Spider-Man 98 would be cool. I don't know why that took a minute to register. But anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with saying with this. You can take reference from the comic book, but you don't have to do the exact same storyline from the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
If we've seen anything, we've seen that in X-Men 97. I think you can do those things. You do both.
I mean,
I don't think
when it comes to movies, MCU has taken a lot of liberties with things. Some good, some bad.
Mm-hmm.
So they changed up a bunch of stuff. Whether a lot of people don't like them or don't. So we'll see. Sorry, I love these guys. Oh man, this is what you like, Mama Bear, right? You said you like the nerd talk. And trust me, man, there's nothing more divisive than Superman, especially the Snyder stuff. So, plus after he killed Zod, he felt bad about it.
He felt bad about it. Oh man, why you make me hurt you like that? Come on.
Yeah, he screamed and then he hugged Lois's lady business.
I mean, I would do that too, so it's okay.
Yeah, he killed the dude in Martha vs. Martha because he was going to let his girl die. But then again, what lesson did he learn by killing Zod if he's gonna do it again?
Yeah,
that's the whole point of these characters is they starts to become a slippery slope. And that's like something what Batman tells Damian is like, no, you can't kill everybody, dude. Because then it becomes like a slippery slope. Like, then who's the real bad guy kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So, I don't want to hear it about him killing the dude in Martha versus Martha. Zack Snyder said he had to take a life in order to learn from that. He's Superman. Fly, catch the bullet. Disarm him. Do something like that. Zack Snyder's mindset didn't go anywhere beyond, oh, I'm doing this because it looks cool. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. As a Snyder fan, I've always had this conversation many times on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah, Snyder just if Rebel Moon and him still like trying to justify decisions in Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, and Justice League, if any of that has proven anything, is that dude just be saying shit.
I was gonna say I'm still a Snyder fan,
Mhm.
But also like just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I love everything he does. You know what I mean? Like if it's trash, it's trash. If it's not good, it's not good. If it's lazy, it's lazy. And I'm gonna point that out.
And I used to really like him because I thought he was on a hot streak like early on in his career. Like I loved the Dawn of the Dead remake. I loved 300. I loved Watchmen. To be honest, in hindsight, there were even elements of Sucker Punch that I liked, and I was all for him. Still at the time, I was all for the prospect of him doing a Superman movie. And then when it came out, I'm like, oh well, if he's going to do another movie in this universe, maybe he'll maybe the second one will be an improvement. And then it wasn't. And then everything he's done since then, with the exception of the Snyder cut of Justice League, just hasn't really worked for me at all. I even kind of wanted to give him the benefit, like, you know what? There were elements of Army of the Dead that I kind of liked. I thought he was going to kind of go back to basics with that, and I even kind of liked elements of Army of the Dead. I thought it was just kind of like a fun schlocky zombie movie, and then what came after that? Was it Rebel Moon?
I think so. Or
yeah.
Wait, did he do that spin-off of Army of the Dead?
No, someone else directed that.
Somebody else. Okay, then yeah,
someone else directed. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to give him another shot with Rebel Moon because it's a passion project of his. He, he's been trying to get it made for a while. Maybe this we'll see what happens. And then I was like, no, that wasn't it. And then part 2 was even worse.
Yeah, but don't worry, the Snyder Cut's gonna be better.
Yeah, dude's gonna. The fans created that monster. He's gonna ride that excuse. He's gonna ride that until the wheels completely go spinning off.
Oh yeah, I said it. Agreed. I don't like a lot of Snyder stuff, but when he does good, it's good. Yeah, I'm always gonna give him a chance. Like if they decide to do a Gears of War with Snyder directing, I'll be the first one in line.
No, Snyder, that would be right up his alley.
Yeah.
I got yeah,
right up his alley. Let's see. Kane said, I think you missed my first comment that started what I was saying, which is they're all Elseworld stories to me. It's not necessary to have these exact interpretations.
Yeah, but we're not saying exact interpretations either, though. We're saying you have an idea and then you change things as we go. So like you could change things up, and you can just like once again X-Men 97, you can change things without having exactly from the comic book. Things are not happening in X-Men 97 exactly from the comic book, but you're taking a small thing from it and using that as so you're giving respect to what the character really is and what the stories are about, but you're not going word for word, shot for shot.
Yeah. And then how far into the Elseworld are you going to go? Kind of thing. Also, I think your main story should not be Elseworld. It should be the main story.
That's what he said. It wasn't going to be.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Well, yeah, that took a lot longer. I should have known better because it is Superman with one thing I cannot wait till this is out and then people can start critiquing it. Like legitimate critiquing it, not hating on it because it's not Zack Snyder's Superman.
Or like, the fact that
yeah.
We're looking at a picture and we're trying to interpret what this picture is doing. Knowing none of this crap can be anything that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it could be anything. So you kind of like a picture and you kind of make your own story for it. You know, so like I said, in the back, it could be a bunch of shit. It could be a bunch. It could be Brainiac. It could be, I don't know, fucking meteor crashing. It could be a rocket ship shooting out of space. I don't know. Like it could be a bunch of different things. So it's just the picture. But for me, I was looking a lot at Superman himself. You know, seeing what I like and dislike about him in the suit. You know, the look of Superman. So that my dislike of his head of him, it has nothing to do with Snyder.
Nothing to do with Snyder.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, I'm not saying like people are gonna hate it because it's not Snyder. I was just like graded on what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But just like I don't like a lot of parts of his stuff too, but I'm also not going to give it an F immediately because I think you should have free reign to make decisions. Have to have some free reign. And I cannot like one part, but at the end of the day, your story looks good and you've taken it from a good comic book, but you didn't go shot for shot, you didn't do any of that stuff, and you went with your own thing. If it works, it works.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hate on it. You know, if it works, it works. But I'm not going to also. I want him to be. I'm going to be consistent. You know, Black Panther. I want Black Panther to be consistent. I want him to be the character that he is. Batman. I want him to be the character that he is. You know, I don't want the same exact story all the time, but the character of who he is has to be that. So that's the only thing I really hope for this. If you make sure you're the character that he is, then why would I hate?
Yeah. And like also comparing Supermans to other Supermans, you know, that's always going to happen. You know what I mean? But hating on something just because I've seen that a lot on social media is people hating on this because it's not the Snyder, you know, stuff. And you know, it is what it is. You know, it sucks. You know that we didn't get more of Henry Cavill. You know, I wanted more of him. You know, for sure. But you know, moving on and doing stuff, and I'm like, all right, you know, let's see what we got. You know, but you know, if I got to compare this to like all the Superman, I do like Henry Cavill's suit more than this overall. One, you know, I think the S and then the texture of the suit was cool. This is probably up there. I don't know if I like this one better than the Christopher Reeve one. I think I like this one better than the Christopher Reeve one.
Because Christopher Reeve,
I like it.
A
it's
spandex
classic
suit.
It was all Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, and not even really spandex. Almost, I think it just kind of looked like regular cloth at the time, right? Back in the late '70s. I definitely like it more than the Brandon Routh one. I thought that one just
that's the worst out of all the bunch.
Yeah, something didn't look. Yeah, something didn't work for that with that one for me.
Yeah, but you know, and that's normal. You know, I think people are gonna have feelings and this or that and blah blah blah. So yeah, agreed. Cavill over this one. It's just if Cavill had the red underwear,
exactly. That's all
it would have been 100% perfect. Like 100% perfect. You know, but this one, it's the S though. It's the S. If they fix the S by the end and give us an actual S, sorry. You know, I'll be cool with it, but the symbol thing I'm kind of about. But all right, yeah, like I said, that's a lot longer than expected. But yeah, we'll probably end it there.
Yeah, have to. It's 12:07
midnight. But here, let's finish this up real quick, and then we'll finish up the entire show. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the new Superman suit. Where are you between the three of us? I think we're kind of like all over the place. You know, same thing like our live chat, all over the place. So if you're joining us on the replay, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Come join us in the live chats. We have a lot of fun in the discussions and stuff like that. You know, definitely nerd out a lot. So make sure you hit that sub button. Hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. And thank you guys. We appreciate everyone checking out the video. If you're live, stick around because we're going to finish things up for the night. All right. Yeah. Let's get out of here. I can barely fucking talk. My throat is killing me now.
I'm like all glossed over. Like, oh, all right. I'm tired.
I'm glad I'm not the one that argued with Brian this week.
I was like, Fine, we're gonna keep on arguing. We can argue, but
oh, that one's sick. Did
that's
you
cool.
get that with C2E or?
Yep, I got. So I was telling you I got that, and then that's what I got today.
At the Wolverine. What? Where did you get that one from?
It's Old Man Logan. You see?
Yeah,
that's awesome, right?
And then he says Cyclops deceased or whatever.
Yeah, like they killed them all.
Slain, Iceman, Nightcrawler slain, Thorn apprehended. So I thought that was really cool.
That's sick. What is that from Target?
Yep. No, this is Walmart. Actually, I think it was Walmart.
Walmart. I gotta get that because I just got today because it's like Wolverine's like anniversary for something. I think there's some kind of thing, and Funko just announced a really cool Wolverine Funko that was announced today. It looks like he's all beat up and like he's all like the suit's like half torn off his body and shit. So yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I'm getting that. It was just announced today, I think. I can already see he's already looking it up. But all the Wolverine Funkos I need to have, especially the comic book ones like that, because I have all of them except for that one and one other one, and the other one's like hard to find. So, but that's awesome. But cool. Yeah, appreciate everyone. Thank you guys, Mama Bear, Deuce, Kenny. Thank you so much, Professor Film Fan, Brandon Davis, of course, Horror Geek, Tony. You ever show Tony your hair, Brian? Did you take a picture of that?
We weren't on, so I did because we
were live. So you might be able to see a good picture of that. Mike Reviews, Anzo, Bearford, thank you guys so much. Shout out to all of the members. Thank you so much, Mama Bear, Bigger Ford, Omar, the Dre Max Show, Zach Attacks, Brian, Road Wisdom, Cleaves. Thank you guys so much for being members of the channel. But we appreciate all you guys. We'll be back on Thursday talking X-Men 97. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and we'll try to record some other movie reviews. so, but cool. Let's get out of here. Good night, everyone. We will see you guys on Thursday. Later.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.